getting the right reads at the right time. So for map vetoes, I think MARU's probably going to veto Icebox since they get the first one. Yeah, DRX, I would think it's split, but it's bind.
Okay.
They've been really good on bind this season.
They have been. They decided to ban that away, and MARU with split open says, yep, we're going to pick that. Does get snatched up. As
we missed the map. I know. Wait, we'll know what it is in a second. I
think they're probably trying to fix it right
now.
There
we go.
It's Haven. Okay. A little mild debate as Split, Haven, Ascent, Fracture there at the end, leaving Breeze as the decider map.
This is really interesting. I expected DRX to pick Haven based on their unparalleled success on the map here in Korea, but also based on the struggles we saw yesterday with MARU on Haven. Split, I'm not surprised at all since it was floated by DRX to be picked first by MARU. Yeah, the last time these two teams squared off on Split was in Stage 1 during the group stage. It was a 13-4 win for DRX, but that was a very different meta, a very different, kind of agent compositions that teams were bringing in that situation. So not too surprising here to see MARU go for this since it has been DRX's weakest map so far this season. MARU going for Ascent, probably their best map in some ways. I mean, it seems like that's a pretty strong map for them. Nice comeback win yesterday against Damwon Key on it.
Well, now going into Split, let's see what the ancient compositions look like, and if we have some change-ups on either side. DRX leaving this map open. Is it a trap that has now been sprung? We'll have to wait and see. Zest going to be picking up the Fade. Mako Sting with Omen. We'll have the Neons on either side, the Breaches as well. So it's just going to be the swap out Sage for Fade here. As DRX have shown us this before.
Yes, this was what we saw the last time DRX played Split. So I was curious. I thought today they might go back to the Sage just based on that we saw Chibop on the Neon the other day on Split. So I thought maybe that, a lot of teams feel like that's a decent counter to Neon since you can just kind of wall off some of those angles that she wants to try to run through and, throw some slow orbs down maybe to just kind of mitigate the natural speed advantage that Neon has. But yeah, Fade has been really good. Fade has been a staple pick for DRX in almost every map.
That may happen, but guys, no more talking, no more graphs. It is time to do battle. The action starts right here, right now. A best-of-5 grand finals between MARU Gaming and DRX. The winner going to Copenhagen. Let's kick this off. We're going to Split.
Achilleos, since when is Split the opening map? I thought this was supposed to be the decider.
This is the one that sends people home.
Yeah, exactly. This is the one that sent DRX home. They lost on this map both times at Masters 1 to Optic in an overtime and then to Zeta pretty handily. So let's see. There's the Daejeon Arena. And
that kind of looks like RB.
That does kind of look like RB.
He's got the same head structure.
I'm like, did we teleport? Does RB have like rendezvous set up or something?
He's watching his own match and playing it at the same time. This guy's incredible.
It's Schrodinger's RB. Just he can be everywhere at once. Well, the setup here. So another interesting kind of key point here. DRX picked attacker side first, and DRX is rather good on attacker side historically on Split, not just in Korea, but internationally, they've had a lot of success on this side of the map, so not too surprising to see them go for this. And I think I thought maybe they floated Split because they were just going to pick defenders first and be like, yeah, we got you. This is our map. We're just going to mentally break you to kick it off. But Trademark right around the corner onto B. Stax is looking to flash inside of the garage there. There was somebody hiding behind the box just in case there was a push out. And now Junghai is on the site. He moves up in B Heaven, but he's pretty far back.
All right, smoke into Heaven. Paranoia across the back. Puts into Alley. They get the site for free. Now it's going to have to be a 5-man retake as the rotation starts coming through. Are going to be slowed up a bit as they wait for Nakji to arrive. Making his way through the spawn now. You can see a double check into mid, making sure that no one's wrapping around trying to backstab through mail. DRX just have 2 tucked away in back site, 2 over at garage. Chibop going to be stunned up as he drops down. The flashes start flying. The shot ready here, 4 stacks, and RB, he's got him covered. Optic shot goes through, Buzz, doming 2. Great shots, tries to find Nakji, can't make it happen. And Zest in garage will find the final blow. A couple kills found there for the side of MARU, but they cannot get the round win. DRX kick it off.
Yeah, so DRX here kind of given the site for free, as MARU is just using the information to set up time and space for their rotates. They want to keep everyone alive. Nobody bothers to fight for the site proper. With the way they were set up, that was pretty well expected, with Zhonghai playing pretty far back. And then, MARU does a lot of good stuff here, right? They're checking for the rotations through mid. I thought they might go all the way through garage themselves and try to break that through, but Mako was waiting just in case that happened. They try to come through, and it's just kind of like a straight-up battle. And DRX, they're tough to beat in those kind of situations, Achilleos.
Oh, RB finding Chibop. Sat on Raptor, staring down towards main. Not going to be able to get anything. A little bit of spray into the smoke does clip Nocchi a bit, and it seems like they're still a bit suspicious. He goes jumping out, will find Zest. Stacks quickly, cutting him down afterward. 2 members left standing to see if they can do some additional damage, but Buzz almost gets the collat. He will have the finish all the same. Plant will come through for the extra little cash. Great swing timing from Buzz. It's a 2-0 start here for DRX.
Yeah, well, this means Buzz is already almost at the tour de force, or very, very close to it if he doesn't already have it. So, yeah, this is a good start. RB right off the rip, they get the spot with the haunt. RB there to just clean it on up, and yeah, I mean that it did hit Zhonghai as well. I saw his health tick down. So, yeah, almost the collat. Still, Buzz has been really good during the regular season, a little bit less impactful during the playoffs, but I got to be honest, that's a good thing in some ways for DRX because it was RB who's been stepping up.
Probably not going to go far enough to scout Wix. Just stays tucked away. You can see there's still a little bit wary about that position, of course. You need to check your corners. And, well, RB kind of does, but you can't react fast enough. Meantime, moves up top on Heaven. Managing to find 2. Wix claiming Mako. Now it's just Zest left standing. Very fast punch back, and only 1 weapon lost so far in the bonus.
Yeah, that's just a great setup here, a great read by the side of MARU. Having somebody up on the box doesn't get checked. That gets a kill immediately. Slow orb, aftershock right at the B main door. Get some damage, force some positions, moves, steps up right into it. He has no problem moving through the smoke onto rafters to get the angle and get some big kills. So now Zest, a bulldog and a prowler, and about to get his haunt. But I mean, the funny thing is yeah, A is open. There's a trademark right outside of ropes, so he can rotate over here, maybe get the plant at least. But nope, he's going to opt to try to see if he had baited them to pulling off site.
It's kind of surprising that nobody has rotated over towards A, but just wanting to operate as a unit rather than split off and get picked off like you're in a horror movie. Says we'll find moves though. It's the opener. There's the haunt. And the swing should be coming through now. It does. He doesn't get the elimination. He's going to try to push this. He gets the headshot of the Zhonghai. That's going to be a weapon upgrade, and now he's going to sprint over to A. And suddenly Zest has brought this into a clutchable scenario if he can get there in time and get the plant down. He just will have enough. It's going to have to be right around the corner. Narrowly makes it with a second to spare. Plant through. Now, we'll see if they can retake this.
Zhonghai, I'm not sure if there was nerves there or what. He was a little bit late on that swing and then whiffed on the shot. He had a great opportunity. They had the right setup. They had the right idea. Just not able to execute. And now another haunt comes right back up. He's still got 1 more prowler in the bag. Zest, 82 health. Behind the map, see if he can get this done.
Even if they close this, which they should, it's already been fairly catastrophic. Did they lose these weapons? And Zest almost makes it happen. Gets cheap up. But if you're DRX, you're not going to be feeling bad about that whatsoever. A massive little micro victory in the round loss.
Yeah, that one is actually pretty devastating for MARU. So much economy just getting flushed down the toilet. But you did see Wix there. Does have his tour de force available. So let's see if he's going to cut some funds to save a little bit of extra cash. Yeah, just some more. I wish I could read that sign, but it is
Buzz
blue.
Fighting.
Buzz fighting. Okay. Now let's go, MARU. And I think coming into this next round, you can't have those kind of mistakes happen that Zhonghai had there, and he's been really, really solid throughout these playoffs. So, they happen to everybody at some time or another. And as good as he's been, I'm willing to give him a little bit of leeway on that. And again, the setup, the reads were great from MARU. Just a little bit of missed execution. As you can see there, Johnny doing a great job as Zest. And he gets the opener. Good double swing, though, at the end by MARU, and Wix gets the final kill. So, Buzz also has tour de force. Zest has the Nightfall. So a lot of options for DRX here on their attacker side as there is a tech pause.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. I don't think this is going to go nearly as long as the tech pause from NA earlier.
We still have power, so.
Yeah, our power hasn't gone out. Unfortunately, our players are here in a nicely air-conditioned studio, so everything should be fine. We should be able to get back into it somewhat soon. For now, just gives us more opportunity to take a look at some of the fan signs. Binbon, a fan here, watching from Daejeon. Binbon, one of the Korean commentators.
And a popular streamer, a Valorant streamer here
Yeah.
in Korea. He's very, very funny.
He basically lives down the street from me.
Does he really?
He lives in Eungam, so not very far off from where I'm at.
Huh.
And
Clutcher kick.
we have to set up a time for us to go ahead and hang out together.
I like
Maybe he can take me to the gym.
Yeah.
I need somebody to kind of coach me through that.
I could use that too. I need to get back into it a bit. COVID's been a little rough on the old paper thin. And I like the glasses. I like the glasses, and she's got a ticket there for stacks. What is it? Is that like is this going to be a marriage certificate? Is that like I'm just like assuming something like that based on the amount of signs we've seen of like fans being like, "Marry me." It's too easy, guys. And DRX, let's win.
Production's translating that last sign for us. We'll see what it says.
Oh, she attended all the matches. I've run out of paper. Oh, okay. She's run out of like signs to use.
Oh, came from Canada.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Appreciate that. We seem to get at least a couple
Yeah.
people from outside Korea to trickle in every event.
We had some gents from the UK
Yeah.
that came and got to watch a couple of the playoff matches, got to chat with them.
Nice guys. Took some pictures with them.
Yeah. Some
really
chill
good.
dudes. Saw a couple other people who have been, cycled around to various esports events. One of the guys who approached me last time he managed to get a ticket for today was also at a grand finals that I cast back in 2018 at Sogang University. So it's good to see these fans, being able to support multiple games because it's not about a competition of this game's alive, this one's dead, this one's better. Brr, my opinion, better than yours. You're allowed to enjoy multiple things.
Yeah.
As it turns out.
This always confuses me because, growing up, I liked a bunch of different sports. I wasn't like, oh, well, soccer is better than baseball or tennis is better than, I don't know, swimming. I liked it all.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
It's insecurity.
Yeah, there you go.
That's all it is, Paper. That just means that you and I, we grew up without insecurities.
I don't know if that's true.
Okay.
You might have.
Not regarding the things that we enjoy, I suppose.
Oh, sure, yeah. I never was
Obviously.
insecure about the things I enjoyed, yeah.
But, yeah, that's all it is. They're insecure in their opinion.
That's fair. Mako is
that's fine.
The Snorlax.
But guys, just get over it because it's okay to enjoy multiple things.
Yes, it is
that compete
fine.
with each other.
And you don't have to rip on other people for liking stuff.
Yeah.
Other people are allowed to like things you don't like. Surprise!
Unless it's Star Wars and Marvel films.
Oh,
then
now
then
wait
I
a
will
minute.
then I'll rip on you.
Whoa. Okay, now let's.
You're not allowed to like those without getting some flack.
Let's. We're taking this out back.
All right, I'll see you outside.
Yeah, see you in a bit. We'll go get another coffee. Look, once this is resolved, usually it's a sound issue with stuff like this. So
yeah.
Hopefully they get fixed pretty quickly. Tons of DRX fans.
I'm being told it's something with a keyboard, so we should just hopefully
keyboard?
be able to hot swap it if they can't get it to be fixed right away. So should be able to be taken care of here in the near future, and then we can get on our merry way and see how things continue after the bonus round.
Yeah, I think MARU has a really, really important round coming up. We'll take a look at the economy and everything once we get back into it. As can't see it right now on screen, so not too sure. As, a lot of Stacks and Buzz fans.
Apparently it was Buzz's sister's husband.
Buzz's sister's husband.
So his brother-in-law here to show some support, and I would assume that this is likely the sister.
Yeah, very good. Much appreciated. The families have been very supportive.
DRX and MARU fan here, split down the middle.
Oh, man. That's a toughie. I don't know.
It's
that one says, whoever wins,
Yeah.
It's
tough, but you can't lose in this situation.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, one of the teams that you like is going to be going to Copenhagen.
Yeah, that's very true. And for sure, MARU as well is going to LCQ, as well as Damwon Kia and on Slayers. We know they're going to LCQ. For DRX, they get to, I think they're going to champions now pretty much no matter what.
We'll see what Onslayers looks like at LCQ because King is obviously stepping away, taking a little bit of a break, announced that. So somebody's going to have to fill those shoes, and they're quite large shoes to fill.
That is the largest of shoes in terms of like reliable Sentinel players in Korea.
Still a plethora of talent available, obviously. A lot of players that, you know, surprisingly didn't get picked up coming into this stage.
Harry's the first one I think
exactly.
Yeah.
Harry, one of those players that very well could end up getting slotted, and hopefully he does, because that guy's just got
he's nuts.
Too creative of a mind and too much skill to not
and a lot of positive energy. Harry is like always smiling.
All right, well, enough from our podcast here. Let's go ahead and resume the game. Seems like everything is ready to go. Told you it wouldn't be as long as NA. The clock will start ticking down, and we will get right back into it.
And we don't have Pansy and IPOC here to really drag it out from EU, so we dodged 2 bullets.
Well, after the fairly catastrophic bonus round, MARU will be able to scrape together a couple weapons, but not everyone going to be operating at full power. Half armor there. Wix is going to be using the tour de force as he stares down from vents into mid.
Look at this. Buzz bought a judge to back up his tour de force. So we've seen him do this. You know, a lot of times he's talked about that he likes the versatility that you have as a chamber player to have so many different options available to you in terms of weapons. Junghai creating some one-ways to wait to see if anybody from DRX does end up pushing through. The Paranoia is going to lead the way.
Does. Check the close corner, getting quite a bit of damage down on the Chibop now. That's going to be the Nightfall flying through. TP going to be used, moves, finds a headshot onto RB, takes him down to the entry, swing on the corner. Here's the judge. Buzz coming up with 2. Junghai just around the corner, but seemingly unaware. The Nightfall taking away his audio, I suppose, means that he doesn't realize that there's someone right behind him. Plant coming in from Stacks. Mako's got the covering fire, and DRX will go ahead and win the 4th round.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little worrying that the comms weren't quite there. I mean, I know because of the deafening from the Nightfall that he probably couldn't hear as he had TP'd back there after the Nightfall landed. Moves with a great job here with a great follow-up right off the TP, but then, you know, Buzz putting this judge to great work, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he got flashed or what. There might have been something else that happened in the meantime, but Junghai all kinds of out of sorts. And then Mako there, good as gold to get the 2. At the end, that's a toughie. I mean, that leads me to believe that maybe the comms got a little messy there for MARU.
Yeah, he still had the trail left on him from the Nightfall, so I think he might have just been getting ready to have his audio come back, but was still deafened there. Drop down out of heaven. Chibop trying to slide across. RB has the pinch. Nakji able to get 1. As RB just kind of dying for the entries. Won't mind that, though. As Buzz once more lurking. Finds moves, making his way out of ropes, and Junghai will go down to Mako. That's now 4 rounds here for DRX on the attack. We talked about how they often do have successful attack halves, but on split, once more, we have to mention it, this is a bit scary that they already have 4-round wins in.
Hey, absolutely right. I mean, this has been kind of quintessential DRX at times. They're an oddly good attacker-sided split team. You have a few of them in Korea. We used to have a really good one in F4Q. These days, you know, obviously we don't, but I mean, they just coordinate their utility. I mean, you saw there the Haunt caught Chibop, and immediately RB's job is to chase his these signs, to chase him down, right? Because they need to displace Chibop, and RB just kind of sprints around the corner, checks his angles, realizes, okay, he's not up on rafters, he must be a little box. They're ready for that right away. I mean, again, it's the information and the way that DRX plays off of it, the way that everybody knows their role. They know their job. They know what they're supposed to do off of the information they get. Here, they're going to send a little bit of utility towards the mid and then start making their rotation back over to A, where it is just Wix chilling with the Vandal out in the back. And they're going to send the Paranoia up. RB's dashing in, and sights open. Wix does rotate down to the elbow.
Not going to see anything. Right here, the back of sight. RB once more going to get dropped, but Stacks opens the sight from there. Plus ends up falling. Little pickup there from Nakji, but the creep around is coming through from Mako. Rolling Thunder out, Stacks now. Look at that match. He sends his overs towards screen. Zest tucked away in the corner, managing to get Chibop. Nakji quick on the reply, and Stacks once more just anchoring here in the back, but has not been able to get that plant down. Now the spike is going to be on the floor, and Mako, having lurked around, hasn't managed to find anything else. Now he's left all on his lonesome in a 1v2.
Yeah, the smokes come out there from Junghai. Mako takes a tick of damage, more than a tick, and Junghai's just going to spam him down through the smoke to get the finish. But
may as well.
Yep, recover the gun here as well. I just heard the res come through for Nakji.
Res.
Yep. So good job here by MARU. Again, patience here has been something that MARU has gotten really, really good at times, where they know when to play back, they know when to give up space to play for the retakes. And that's what Wix does here at the start. Yeah, he's going to go down, but he trades one. He buys a little bit of time. Nakji takes a couple down on the way in. And, Mako not able to get through that lurk in time to be effective. So really nice job here. I assume that they must have been watching Mako at least to some degree in the back there. I didn't quite catch it, but we never saw it on screen. But the fact that Mako's lurk didn't provide any value leads me to believe that there had to be some recognition of that.
Relay bolt kind of bouncing back into RB's face. Pulls away for just a moment, but now they've got the wall broken down, so eyes need to be on it. Swing out. Move's going to be dropping down off the vent. The rafter, rather.
Wick's already in sewers. I was going to say, this is something MARU loves to do, is these early aggressive rotations.
He gets stacks here. Oh, sees the shoulder. Have they seen each other? I think so. I think Wick showed just enough. As the creep forward continues. Swings around the back, and this is a decent angle for him to play here.
Does he know? Oh, no.
He's around the corner, so Stack's not going to see him. He might have thought that he regressed back into the site. RB. Ult at the ready. Spots G-Bop, drops down, trying to zap him, takes him low, finally gets the elimination. A little bit of extra charge coming through as Wick starts making his way over, but is it too late? Stacks does fall, though. Buzz continuing to try to hold from ramp. The flash at the ready. Throws it. He's just going to take the TP out. Wix is ready. Catches him. A fantastic little lurk, and now we have ourselves a 3v3 as they look to retake the site.
That was just great patience by Wix there. Ready for that TP. Let's see if he can get some more work done.
Oh, Mako taking Wix's head off. Moves falling as well. Junghai only going to be able to get one. RB surviving the round, comes up with 3 kills for himself. DRX will swing it right back, just not allowing for MARU to string rounds together.
Wix played this round so well. Not over-aggressing into sewers, realizing that if there was one there might not be more. You see a lot of players that might go for that duel with stacks in sewers there, because they might feel like they've got a little bit of an advantage. But Wix lurks into spawn, sees no one's coming from that angle, just waits it out, waits for the utility, waits for the hit, and then literally waits for the TP from Buzz. They get him, they have a good opportunity for the retake, but RB's just better on site. Oh, this fast hit, that's Wix having to TP out again.
Yeah, I mean, they know that they're on the eco here. RB just throwing some relay bolts for the rest of his team as they look to enter. Push into the smoke, and Wix gets the kill. It's a weapon recovered now. As they look for the eco win, Buzz going to be tagged down low, and obviously this is a Stage2 composition. Spam through the box, he just about misses him. For a little bit more. Double control over at ramp. Zest to answer one back. Ooh. Swing in the corner. G-Bop comes in from behind. Takes down Zest. Weapons now recovered. It's all on Stacks and Mako to try to make this happen. Otherwise, the Thrifty couldn't come to fruition for MARU. Swing out. Mako finds one over at screens. Tucks back into the smoke. The fault line not going to connect. Mako finding another. Junghai and Nakji now the last two standing now. It is just Junghai pushing out from elbow, and he cannot get it done. Mako, rock steady, manages to pick up 3 as Stacks getting excited. The audience is right there with him.
I mean, if Mako's rock steady, then Stacks is the bebop to his rock steady, man. They are just unbelievable. That's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reference.
I'm with you.
Yeah. In case anybody was missing it. Dude, this is so good. I mean, this is why we talk about these two as the clutch masters, because they are unbelievably stalwart. I mean, the way that they swing out, the way that smoke is placed from Mako, right? It's perfectly placed that he can swing to screens when the aftershock comes through. He's there to pick up the kill. Stacks just is going to lock down the angle, throw the fault line down to continue to harass. Mako playing in and out of the smoke, just being really cagey, waiting for the angles, waiting for the pushes around the corners. I mean, they're just so good. It's just fantastic to watch. I mean, those two players, it's a 2v4, and normally you'd be like, yeah, okay, good. That's a great round for MARU. They should be able to take this. They're grabbing the guns off the ground. They have the perfect opportunity, but the way these two play off each other's utility and the way that they maintain their discipline on their angles, nobody overpeaks, nobody overextends. Perfect.
Yeah. Well, timeout called here by MARU. Going to be the first one used. Obviously, we had the tech pause earlier on. During that time, players not able to communicate with each other outside of, nothing about in-game stuff if it's related to the tech issue. than they can. But MARU burning one of theirs. Let's see how they fare. I think there's maybe a delay. So, yeah, now they notice that they're on
now
screen.
they know, yeah.
I was going to say, they don't know yet. They don't know. Pepe left, they don't know.
Yeah, it's
They
the
know,
best.
they know.
They want to hide from the camera, but oh, this is this the DRX just screaming there. I mean, what an initial push here. I mean, Nakchi putting that frenzy to good use, like you're talking about. Chibop's, you know, and like I said at the beginning of the cast, Chibop's been really good on these flanks, on these rotates with neons, and that's, you know, you're going to see MARU really want to poke and prod at the long angles of the map.
Wicks is looking for a little bit of a wider peek. RB up close, the flash comes in, comes back around the corner, but has the TP out immediately. So what's more, it's going to be the Nightfall leading them into the site. See the TP there from Mako, gets himself situated up onto the high ground and manages to find 2 kills quickly. Swinging around, Chibop having dropped down into hell does end up getting it taken out by RB. Just like that, 2 members left standing. And Zhonghai, let's see if they can do anything, because right now it's on pace for a flawless here for DRX. Looking for the drop down. Swings out, the shot gonna go wide. Mako gets him in the head. Stax will be the finisher, as they can only find a single kill, so they spare it from being a flawless, but right now it's looking pretty damn flawless for DRX.
And the patience here from DRX to wait out the aftershock, to wait through the utility. You know, you throw up the wall, the neon runs in, everybody's kind of trailing behind it. RB's creating space, causing problems. Mako, the TP here is so good. I know, you don't expect this at all. There's all this chaos, and in the middle of all of it, he's going up to rafters.
Well, they can't hear.
Right.
The Nightfall just takes away their audio. So he just gets in, they have no idea where he could be teleporting. It's very much an unorthodox position to go to. This wall going to be used. RB almost gets on top of that. And yeah, he gets over it. They break through. Those Wicks will be able to find one, but Buzz quickly thereafter trades it. Pressure on the eco once more here for the side of MARU, but it's a significantly rougher start for them compared to the last time out. DRX looking to lock in 8 rounds on the attack.
Yeah, this one looks pretty good, and they know they got to displace Buzz. They're going to try to flash him around the corner, but the counter flash from Stax and the TP out is perfect.
Cheeky timing there. See, they look around trying to spot where he may have gone. Can suspect that's going to be back out towards sewer. Start creeping his way forward as Zhonghai looks to hold the smoke. Does have that Phantom in hand now. Up sliding in, stunned by the fault line. The close check, Stax taken down. A nice shot from Moves, but is quickly traded out. Mako lurking above within the smoke on top of the map. Zhonghai finding one, but they're running out of time. They identify where Mako's at, but he just swivels, gets one, gets the other. Mako continues to look absolutely perfect.
Oh man, I mean, MARU, the whole time in my head I'm thinking about what Wicks did on Breeze yesterday against Amwan Kyo, where he TP'd up on top of the pillar. They put a poison cloud that kind of looked like maybe a one-way to hide him in it, and he popped out and killed a bunch of people, and Mako just does it right back to him. I mean, just insane. It has to ADS there, but still, the first shot was clean as heck. The follow-up, a little bit unsteady, but able to get there in time, and now Wicks able to finally get to the operator with only 2 rounds left, and he just gets taken out by Buzz's tour de force.
Yep. There goes that hefty investment. That's going to hurt the wallets as they look to move forward, unless they can drag this back, but already down 2 players as RB has a clean entry. I mean, you can look at the assists. Triple assist there on top of the kill. The utility, the catch. Moves just didn't have a chance.
That's everything in the kitchen sink. I mean, they're so well coordinated. They know where you're going to be. They know where you're hiding. They know once certain amounts of space have been given up where you're likely to be, and they capitalize on it. And now Zest is going to grab the op.
The rare Zest operator.
Yeah, why not? Well, you know, you remember on Breeze for a while they would drop it for him, like Art went back before this patch. You know, RB would grab the operator and then drop it for Zest. So he's not too shabby with it at all.
Oh, I mean, I'm not doubting his abilities. Just happens few and far in between.
It is very rare, though. You're absolutely right.
Mako on the hunt. They know that they are bankrupt if they can get a couple more guns out. See how aggro he wants to go. Buzz nearly finding Chibop there in that moment. Stax making his way into the site. The Paranoia does go flying, and Chibop from screens will be able to get the elimination onto Stax at the very end, but he's not going to be too perturbed at all. Last round of the half. Utterly incredible run on the attacker's side here from DRX. Not much ground to stand on for MARU.
Yeah, I mean, MARU, anytime they try to combo their utility, anytime they try to catch DRX off guard, for the most part, DRX isn't fooled, or they're just patient enough to kind of push past it or wait it out. And everything is, so good here from DRX. All the homework that they have been able to do, because MARU has had to play a lot of games in the last couple of weeks. They're able to get a ton of info on these movements, on these rotations. And, they're giving up a lot of space, and even still, DRX has no problem capitalizing it. And RB does have the overdrive again. Rolling Thunder from moves. You do have the From the Shadows for Zhonghai, but that's not as impactful sometimes on the defender's side, if you even get to use it, feels like. And now DRX taking it slow, cutting down the speed a bit. They've been pretty fast-paced a lot of times with these hits. Let RB just create all that territory for you. Oh, he's gonna use it, and he just goes right to the same spot. Just checking for something.
Quick check. Overdrive now going to be used, and RB dies instantly, as that so often happens for Neons. We'll get the slow out. Wick swing in the corner. Buzz has a covering fire, making sure he cannot get that kill onto Zest. Only takes him down to 70 HP. 3 members left alive for MARU. Having to cut down 4 and get this defuse if they want to make it 9 and 3.
I look at the way Mako backs up off of this. Still though, Nakji got him.
Pivot, Nakji not even taking too much damage either. Does manage to survive. Prowler going through. Not going to be able to get the blind. Buzz trying to push forward. Nakji swings once more. Gets that elimination. Does he know there's another one? He certainly does now. Has to check back over towards main, however. They start in onto the spike. Should at least be able to hold this to half. Nakji coming up with a kill. Now it's all on Stacks. He's trying to spray. He's trying to stop it, but he cannot. The defuse will be held. He looks for the final eliminations. Won't get him. And it is going to be 3-9. MARU finally managing to pick up another round victory. Best of 1 now. Just award the victory because it would be absolutely incredible. We'll see how far they can go. It's all going to begin with a pistol round. And if they can get a win there, they can get some momentum going. Chibop going to be able to play a bit more aggressively on the attack, so we'll see if he can find some value, because for now has been a bit rough as he's attempting to retake sites. Well, as you can see, only 2 kills.
Yeah, super important pistol round here. I think there's the rendezvous set up for Buzz. The trademark is up in heaven as far as the chamber utility goes, and they're going to go for the fast hit.
Chibop trying to stay elusive. Buzz gets the shot of the fadeaway. Nakji knocked out of the park. What an opener for Buzz.
It's just not fair. I mean, they're trying to distract. Chibop is just, bouncing around like a bunny, trying to hide from the shots, and then Buzz is just like, okay, I'll take you down first, and then on the way out, I'll take Nakji with me. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable just presence of mind from Buzz to make plays like that happen. And now, yeah, they're going to confirm that, okay, well, somebody's trying to push through mail. Wicks gets caught by the Prowler as, yes, MARU's gaining space in mid, but with already 2 players gone, DRX can hedge their bets. They can keep a 2-3 split relatively safely and just kind of pin them in inside of mid. They don't care too much if they kind of try to gain some space there. Now Zest is watching for the stairs. He knows that space has been left open for Wicks. Wicks wants to try to take advantage of it.
Swings down, does see Zest. Zest politely declines the fight, backs away. Call will be coming through as they hear this flash. Somebody's going to be approaching either into heaven or through screens. Mako just swinging on the side, pushes out. He's playing against the frenzy. The charge in comes through. Wicks peeking in heaven, managed to find one. The shot whipping. He sends out his other headhunter shot. Now he's out of bullet stacks in the meantime, holding down the side. Wicks identifying his position a bit too late. RB will get Zhonghai, so just the 1 kill down to the pistol round as DRX will win both here on split, and that is them 1 step closer to taking this first map.
Stacks is one of the most iconic things I see him do is just hold down the A side on split. He's just absolutely stalwart there. I mean, this opener from Buzz is just devastating. I mean you can see he's trying to bait. He's trying to bait for his teammates, but Buzz is just better. And now, Stacks there does a good job. Mako left on a bit of an island. I guess I would say that's the only kind of weird thing for DRX in that round, where they knew that Wicks had already gotten through spawn, and they kind of left Mako in a position where if they push from A long, then he's going to have to win an unbelievable, battle, which granted he's been rather good at that sometimes this year, but other than that, another excellent round, 2 pistol rounds won for DRX. And that's not usual. Like, DRX is good at pistols, but they've gotten a lot better. But, you know, Maru's pretty solid as well, no slouches. And, you know, Spectre's another bulldog for Zest. As Maru trying to figure out how exactly they want to go about this. Nakji looking maybe for somebody to push out of B main there, or into B main, I should say, as the rest of the team smokes and makes their way up. Trademark around the corner, up in B heaven. So that's going to alert to this presence here shortly.
Yep, they rush through. Mako going to be dazed, throws the paranoia over towards garage. Wick's taking quite a bit of damage. Mako locks onto his head, finds that first elimination, turns away from the flash, and it's into the meat grinder from MARU Gaming. As they've just got Spectres on either side. Zest finishing it up as DRX just need 2 more rounds to take split.
I mean, DRX, you know, has clearly been focusing on this map in their time off. And just all the right pieces in the right places. They just bait you into a false sense of security. Kind of giving up space like we saw with MARU. But like you said, they've got a meat grinder set up. And MARU just doesn't have the utility coordination to displace the members of DRX like you see what DRX do to MARU. So, you know, it's tough, man. DRX is unbelievable. And now onto the DRX has been really good at bonuses this year too. Shouldn't surprise you too much. RB off the rip, just trying to dive in, but the counter utility is there. Slows, stuns.
Oh, he makes it just back around the corner before Chibop swings, so he's not going to be able to get that punish instantly. I like the attempt, but also the self-control to go ahead and back away when you're that far forward.
Well, and you just got a lot of utility out of the hands of MARU for that push. I mean, yeah, you threw a relay bolt. You got a relay bolt, a slow at the very least, probably a flash. My God, Buzz.
It's watching close with a Marshall, takes the teleport away in case there's any follow-up swing. There isn't. No one was in position there.
He's insane today. I mean, he's just absolutely hitting everything he looks at in these early parts of the rounds. And that's a Marshall versus a Rifles. And it's an instant headshot.
It's just perfectly poised. He's got the crosshair lined up perfectly. Reaction time very much on point for him. There's a clear out on the trademark, though, as they make their way over to A. Buzz and Zest gonna hold them off. Ball goes up to the back, cutting off the rotation through spawn. Has to be broken down. Stack's gonna be doing that. Zest, first contact, ends up falling. Junghai finding the elimination, and he gets the second kill now as Buzz gets dropped as well. As they come around the corner, leaves nobody but Mako. TP's up on top of the wall. He sees him, but he doesn't know his position. He spotted his head, tries to drop down, take it a little bit closer rather than blind spray into the smoke. Mako ends up going down. MARU winning out a round, keeping themselves in this game.
I do have to also say that Mako's been really good with the TPs today. They've been really unexpected, catching MARU off guard at difficult timings to deal with. Again, it's the way that, you know, DRX is just so well prepared for situations like this. Filthy, just absolutely filthy. And oh, Junghai, there you go. That's the Junghai we need to see here for MARU if they're going to get this done. Step up into screens, right as the wall's gone, and finish the job. Buzz already.
Operator.
Yep. Already in the op zone. You do have a lot. And they hid behind the haunt, so that haunt isn't going to get any information for DRX. So for right now, nobody really moving for the side of the former Vision Strikers as they continue to wait this out. Moves setting up for the fault line. That one will hit Buzz. The first one he was looking at, I don't think would. And Zest sitting there with the follow-up. I think a seize probably.
They send it. Buzz does get hit. That forces the TP. Sends him over to screens where he's going to be sat inside of the smoke. Seize just slow up. As the smokes come down, they look to enter into the site. Malco's still sitting at B. The stun is here, but Zest still managing to find an elimination, and Buzz will pick up 3 in the blink of an eye. An up shot, a swap over to the headhunter. The kills come flying through. DRX pick up another round, slowing down MARU once more, just not letting them get any consecutive round wins.
It's just disgusting. I mean, Buzz is just absolutely nuts. He has all the time in the world. That shot is nasty. clips the side of the map to get that kill. Even he kind of was like, ooh. I mean, that seize, though, from Zest was everything in that round. Perfectly timed, catches Nocji, slows everybody up. Shibop has to rethink his push, and that gives just a little bit of extra time for DRX to kind of situate themselves as Zest to hide behind that box. Fast hit, though, and a recon bolt from RB to kind of counter the push. Again, the counter utility from DRX is so good to slow everything down from MARU.
Oh, drop down Shibop. Greeted with a headshot from RB. Wicks now looking to try his luck. Got Zest on one angle. RB has rotated out, so they don't have a crossfire setup here. Zest is the one to hold the line. The A site is the one that is the least defended at the moment.
Prowler to check ropes. Not going to find anything, so they know that there won't be any re-aggression through there just yet. Wicks is still lurking on the outside of ropes. His three-man stack coming towards Mako stacks. RB.
Mako has the sense.
Yep.
Got the paranoia at the ready.
Now he knows.
One goes across, he'll send his. Zhonghai just managed to cut away from it. Stun coming down. Mako looking at the TP out of his position. Still coming tagged just a bit. Tries to TP back across to the opposite side. Ends up falling down. Stack will find Wicks. Now it's just going to be 3v3. The spike will get planted.
I like that Stax doesn't use the aftershock there. I don't think he'd get much value out of it other than delaying the spike for a few extra seconds. So save it for the retake. See if you can clear an angle on this.
Buzz checking down to the hell. Doesn't see anything. Suspect that the Omen is going to be lurking within the smoke. Rolling Thunder goes across. That's going to hit Stax. Doesn't have one to reply with. The Haunt finding one. Zest swings the corner. Gets the second kill. He's got the Nightfall. He's going to send it. Swings out, moves. Finding the elimination, but he is decayed, and Stax will be good for the kill. The defuse will come in. 13-4, map 1 goes to DRX.
An astonishing performance once again from DRX. You just almost get tired of saying it because you say it so much. They are so damn good. And everything here just rocking and rolling. There were very few mistakes. There were very few hiccups along the way for DRX. Buzz, absolutely insane, top to bottom throughout this. RB doing everything he needs. Zest, I thought, was fantastic with his utility usage on Fade. I mean, absolutely set up so many big moments, so many big kills, delayed when they needed him to on their defender side for the rotations to come through. Mako, great with the TPs, great with the reactions. You know, maybe at that last round he overthought himself a bit. Stax, patient, dedicated, stalwart as usual.
Very nicely done, and you know, we question them leaving this map open given the troubles that they've had in the past, but DRX looking much like their old selves on Split once more. Incredibly clean from them overall. It's a couple little snafus throughout. MARU now going to have to try to best them on Haven, which is DRX's map pick. And
one of DRX's just best maps, just period, all the time. Really good at it, and if what you saw with Damwon Kia yesterday is any indication, it's going to be challenging for MARU. I mean, Damwon and Kia had a great read yesterday. They had a really good kind of sense of the push and pull of Haven, kind of diverting MARU away from the sites they wanted to attack, catching MARU in those rotations that they like to do when they like to try to come through spawn. You saw Exy lurking back there often, doing a good job shutting those down. So for the side of you know, MARU, what are the adaptations you're going to be able to make in a day on that map? What's the change going to look like?
Yeah.
It's tough, man. Especially DRX is definitely better. I'm not just going to say is probably. They're definitely better than Damwon Kia on Haven. So this is not the start you needed, and I totally respect the map pick here by MARU. I think this is absolutely the right choice. I think with the struggles that DRX has shown on this map this season, this has got to be your go-to with how well you played on it yesterday. But DRX, I mean, again, the preparation, the strategy, the execution, everything here,
yeah.
The way that they showed us new wrinkles. DRX, every time you see him, you see something new.
I mean, when they leave a map open, you always have to wonder, is this because they feel confident on it once more? Have they improved? Have they practiced it? Well, DRX absolutely had. And it feels like a trap was laid and MARU was able to step right into it. So first map victory goes the way of DRX. Very concise. Quick and clean. And was winning out in every single metric. I mean, MARU just took so very long to try to get things up and running. Nakchi, Zhonghai starting to look alive a bit by the end of it, but Chibop ending the game 4-14. It's not a great look for him. Definitely needs to come back in, refocused, and fired up for map number 2 if they want to be able to win that and tie up the series.
And Chibop just looked a little bit afraid at times. I mean, you can see that you have to be against DRX because if you get caught in their utility combos, you're basically just dead. I mean, you're just 0 to 100, goodbye. But at the same time, there are moments where I thought he backed off when he shouldn't, and that's kind of odd for me to say about Chibop. I don't know if I've ever said that, but yeah. it is a little bit strange.
It is. Well, now they have their work cut out for them. Need to win on the next map, otherwise DRX is going to be taking this to match point as they look for the 3-0. They are now at 19 consecutive map wins without dropping anything in Stage 2. Can they continue the perfect run? We're going to find out when we come back from the break, so enjoy the music, put your cat jams in chat. We'll see you guys in just a few minutes. See if they can do some additional damage, but Buzz almost gets the collapse. RB kind of does, but can't react fast enough. Meantime, moves up top on Heaven, takes him down to the entry, swing on the corner, here's the judge. Buzz coming up with 2, Zhonghai just around the corner, but seemingly they're out stacks now. Look at that match, he sends his over towards screen set. Melee bolts for the rest of his team as they look to enter, push into the smoke. This wall gonna be used, RB almost gets on top of that. And yeah, he gets over. Right fighting one, but they're running out of time. They identify where Mont goes. Going through, not gonna be able to get the blind. Buzz trying to push forward, Nakchi.
And they're gonna go for the fast hit.
Chibop trying to stay elusive, but over towards Garage. Wiggs taking quite a bit of damage. Mako locks onto his head, finds that first elimination, turns away from the flash, and it's into the meat ground. Mako's still sitting at B. The stun is here, but Zest still managing to find an elimination, and Buzz stacks. Doesn't have one to reply with. The Haunt finding one. Zest swings the corner, gets the second kill. He's got the Nightfall. He's gonna send it. Swings out, moves, finding the elimination, but he is decayed. And we are back. Maybe a little BM to Zeta to show that video as we come back from the break.
Because we know who won that region.
Who won that matchup, so yeah, minorly outdated, but it's okay. In the meantime, while we were showing that video, there was an interview with RB's family over on the Korean side of things. We got to hear from his uncle and nephew. His nephew, not quite sure how old he is, but he's apparently already playing Valorant. And his uncle said, if you win today, please carry me in games later, RB. Which is nice. We'll see if he does that. See, we'll cut away from that, but we do have some giveaways, some things that the fans can win who are attending here live at the studio, including a Masters Secret Labs chair.
Ooh.
Incredible.
I have to say, actually, these chairs are some of the most comfortable gaming chairs I've ever been in.
Yeah,
my
as far
life.
as gaming chairs goes, I definitely.
I'm not even like
this.
I'm not even just saying that because like they're our sponsor or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm actually 100% serious. This is a really comfortable chair.
I've had to sit in many a different gamer throne, and
yeah,
I do
have.
agree. I actually do agree. No cap, not a hashtag ad, just my opinion.
Bar stools aren't gamer thrones, Achilleos.
No, it's true. They're not. You're very right. But yeah, so some nice stuff for the fans to be able to walk away with.
Yeah.
So we'll see who wins that grand prize.
Yeah, I have no idea. I always want to come down and mess with the raffle while it's going on.
Yeah.
Like
Have
in between.
We should draw the numbers.
I know, exactly. Like they should let me draw the numbers so I control people. Apparently, okay, so apparently the girl in one of these girls is like a K-pop star, but that's signed with Talent Esports, is what we were told.
I think it's, oh, hey!
Hey, Tasteless and Chobra!
It's our fellow casters on the English side. They got the day off.
Tasteless has got to be so mad.
Tasteless is like, why did you put the camera on me right when I'm eating pizza, guys? Now he realizes that he's on camera and he's going for it.
Yeah, now he's happy, yeah.
Okay, Chobra trying to make the call that it's going to be a 3-2.
Oh, really?
But we'll see if they can run it back.
Is he sure after that map? I mean, because like the last time these two teams played on Haven, which was this stage, didn't go so good for MARU. It was a 13-4.
Well, they have their work cut out for them if they want to make it a 3-2 record. Now, looking to win on the map pick of Haven that was selected by DRX.
I mean, yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm kind of curious to see what lineup DRX wants to go with. I'm the lone Zest holdout here. I mean, I thought Mako was great.
This was a bit of a tough one for me. I did end up going with Mako in the end. It kind of came to peer pressure, I suppose. But I was feeling Mako. I was looking at the scoreboard when we were, had a couple rounds left to go. I'm like, am I crazy for thinking that Mako's the MVP here? Because Buzz is kind of fragging out of control. Then I was thinking about Buzz, but I was like, Mako did so much in those early rounds. Some incredible clutch moments and off angles from him to teleport into A heaven, or into B heaven,
That was crazy good. That was crazy good.
Playing off the Nightfall, yeah. It was just great stuff from Mako. So he takes it in the end, but I think he could have split that, one of three ways for the most part.
And to me, I just saw too much good utility usage out of Zest. Those Nightfalls to set up some of those maneuvers. Like, that's a really new combo that we've seen here. Like, the Nightfall into the Omen TP. Like, that's something, again, every time you see DRX, you see something new. You see a new wrinkle in their play. So, Haven is next. It is selected by DRX. Defense is going to start for the side of MARU again.
Yeah.
And look, this is the exact same thing that happened in terms of the start to this for the sides the last time they played on Haven during the group stage. MARU won the pistol, then DRX won the anti-eco, won the bonus, lost the next round, and then strung 6 together on their attackers. So it was a very one-sided affair for the side of DRX once they got rolling. Well, once they got past the pistol round, basically. Last time, yes, Buzz was playing the Killjoy, so one of the few maps he will not play Chamber on is Haven. Will that stick through is my big question. Is RB going to try the Neon? We've been seeing a lot of Neon at Haven these days. He is not. Wix is going to be on the Chamber, so they're opting to kind of keep him there. Mako's going to switch to the Omen instead of the Astra. I don't mind that at all. Nakji on the Raze, like we saw yesterday. Zhonghai is going to be on the Omen, so that double duelist plus the Chamber, and it is going to be the only change for DRX is going to be Mako on the Omen. Still going to have Buzz on the Killjoy. They really like to have some of that utility. The Nano Swarms are really, really impactful on this map. You can put them in so many really difficult places to deal with. And so the turret's, of course, great for gathering info. So as amazing as Buzz is on Chamber, and I have no problem with this switch. It's worked out pretty well for DRX so far. And if they did switch to the Chamber, I'd be totally fine with that too. I'm like, Buzz is pretty good. You can throw him on whatever, and I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah, I mean, the man kind of popped off, but he will stick with the Killjoy. Let's see how it fares. Let's see how MARU Gaming looks as we go into DRX's map pick of Haven. They need to win it here to tie it up, make it a 1-1. Otherwise, DRX is going to be moving to match point. Let's see what happens as we jump into map number 2.
Oh, I just heard the
fan cheer.
The Hana do set net.
DRX fighting. I think it's going to be MARU who mostly need that sort of energy.
That's just like one of those, it's almost like when you go home and your mom's cooked your favorite meal and you hear those fan chants out there. It's just a safe feeling.
Okay, dash in RB, eluding Chibop, will manage to find Zhonghai. Chibop finally does hound him down, making that a 1-for-1. Swings back out, peeks mid, doesn't see anything in the meantime. DRX have completely enveloped the C site. A little bit of post-plant util thrown down with a Nano Swarm as they look to exit. The timing here from moves, pretty decent, but he can't get any kills. Only tags Zest down to about 54. The Nano Swarm going to be used instantly. Stacks trying to make it out. Falls low. As Chibop goes on the hunt, moves his way up into Cubby. Gets spotted, gets domed. Oh, but the kills are there. The defuse is being stuck. Mako can't get here in time. He will find a couple eliminations for sure. As, yep, gets 2, but MARU will win their first pistol round here in this best of 5.
This is a great start for MARU, and they do a lot of the right things, trying to get ahead of. You saw them try this a couple times against Damwon Kia, but Damwon Kia just stopped it every time they attempted to push into the back lines of C to try to just get in there. Now, this is a pistol round, a little bit different, but you got to get ahead of those post plants that DRX loves to do. This is something that is quintessential DRX. They love to just get the plant down and then get as far away from it as humanly possible because they want to just chip you down with utility. I mean, Zest was still sitting on 2 shock darts after all of that was said and done. Mako still had a paranoia, so they were ready, but the retake was just too fast and furious. Now they're going to try to dash in. RB takes a shot on the way through, but DRX has bought here.
Yep, going for the force, something that they've been a lot more comfortable with in this stage. 4-man wraparound coming through the attacker spawn right now for MARU Gaming. As Mako just TPing over to the side, doesn't get stunned. Teleports back, throws down a smoke. It's looking to lock them out of this position. Cheebop thinking about leading the charge here. They start pushing through. It's going to be a 2 for 2. Swing in, mine stacks, the elimination is there. They clear out the turret. Buzz getting wicks on the back end. Swings back into the site, ends up going down. And the force buy from DRX is not going to pay off. A 2-0 start for MARU Gaming, flipping the script from what we saw on Split.
And both teams making pretty big changes to the way that they played this. DRX not leaving the full forces of their team back in C main to try to go for that kind of sort of post-plant lineup, defense of their spike plant. They only leave 2 back there, and with the fact that Mako got displaced by a lot of utility, they know that he had a TP out. I'm pretty sure they heard it, and therefore they know that there's people in Cubby. They're able to trade it out. The defenders on site. It's the early rotation that MARU Gaming does here. This is what they love to do. They love to get on their feet. They love to get fast, try to get into your back lines, try to come from different angles. It's what's made them really, really successful in part this season. And now, of course, the money is just going to be god-awful for DRX.
Wicks wanting to swing a little bit further there, but doesn't want to waste any of his precious headhunter shots on just the turret. Cheebop going aggressive, but is gonna take him down, but the weapon not going to be recoverable. Noxie swings in, manages to find that elimination. Zest does get one, looks for another, gets Noxie in the head. Gun now picked up, 2 members left. He's pushing for moves. Can he do it a 3rd time? No, Zest cannot. Ooh, still though, sets them up nicely as Thunder going to go crashing across. It's not going to hit anybody at all. RB swinging out a window, puts just a little bit of damage down. Mako throwing the paranoia, tries to move up, cannot get that headshot. And RB's trying to stop the defuse, but it's going to come through all the same. Wicks, after getting that, will just go ahead, get him in the head. Wall bang. MARU now have a 3-0 lead.
Okay, so MARU doing a good job recovering from kind of that position of Zest. And there's something I talked about earlier where, Xe had a lot of success yesterday for Damwon Kia, lurking inside of attacker spawn against MARU, and this time around Zest also has a lot of success, to be frank, but it is an eco round for the side of DRX, and even though they get some kills in there, with the gun being able to be carried over for the side of MARU, it will be a even Stevens rifle round. In fact, the op going to be picked up by Wicks. Cheebop only 1 away from the blade. So Stax does have his rolling thunder here. Now let's see if this is where, DRX tries to see if they can either catch MARU rotating out early or try to just kind of fake some attention towards one site, maybe go to another. That was something that I thought Damwon Kia did really well yesterday, was pushing and pulling MARU across the map, being 1 step ahead of them on the rotations. And I was expecting to see something similar here from DRX today, but so far, of course, MARU's had their number, particularly on these C hits. So I think a little bit of attention being paid at the garage door to see if anybody would push out. There's going to be the boom bot from Noxie, just to check and see if anybody's outside of there. But with the turret watching as well, that's going to get taken down. And here comes that. Ooh, I thought they maybe were going to go for it, but they opt to pull back.
I think that the Killjoy turret and the boom bot should aggro each other.
They
like
should.
Robot Wars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Noxie with the creep up, managing to find a pick. That's Mako gone. Wicks sitting here still in sewers.
I love that show.
Oh, shot not going to connect. He's got the TP out the safety, though. Not going to find the value that he was looking for. Cheebop now going on the hunt, drops down, sprays around the corner, finally manages to find Buzz. Noxie gets Zest as well. The showstopper coming up huge, and now it's just 2 members left standing. Stax and RB versus 5. Plan will come through the backside. Flash goes in, but he had already seen Cheebop. Gets that elimination. RB holding down things from Ali. Comes up with 2 kills. RB, around the stack, swings the corner. Gets the other eliminations. And they managed to make it happen. A 2v5. What a play.
What do you do against this? How do you stop this? MARU does everything right. Everything is perfect. I mean, Cheebop gets aggro onto Buzz. Even though there's a paranoia there, he's already too close, and DRX is going to take an early timeout. Obviously, Termy knows, as we all know, that DRX had no business winning that round.
I mean, he might just walk out and just be like, yeah, guys, it was a really good clutch. And then just leaves the stage.
Just clutch. No, he's got paper.
Do some more of that.
More of that. More of that, Stax.
Unbelievable.
More of that, please. But MARU then comes around the flanks. I mean, again, MARU does such a good job of understanding the timing here. They're like, okay, the hit's coming through. We know it's going to be a DRX has been way too patient. There's no way they're going to make a re-rotate. We're on our feet. We're in the back lines instantly. You know, Chibop does just enough to slow things up in the front. That's frustrating for MARU. Honestly, I'd be tilted right now if I was MARU. They did so many good things there.
I mean, I think the thing is that's actually a little bit funny to consider is that the timeout is called during the round. So Termi's probably watching everything that's happening.
He thought it was
sees
over.
that it's 2v5, and he's like, oh, I'm going to call a timeout. I got to talk these guys through this. This is unacceptable. MARU's about to be 4-0. And then they win it, and then he's like, well, I already called the timeout, so now I have to go out on
Now I
stage.
gotta,
He still, I'm sure, had plenty of things to say, but the timing of that, probably a little bit funny.
I still think it's a fine timeout to take.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Again, MARU is out-thinking, out-reading DRX right now. So DRX's hits have been pretty, frankly, basic. And right now, that hasn't fooled too much. Now you're really close to a lot of ults. How in the world do you do that, Stax? You are
He's all enough.
He doesn't even need the screen. Just turn it off. He knows where everybody is.
Old Stax heated up.
And again, everything there just done perfectly by MARU. They hit the flash on the Stax. There's nothing they did wrong. It's just, you know, the individual talent of RB and Stax is through the roof. And so in those situations, DRX, you can never count him out. I mean, just think back to Masters with that 1v5 Stax had on bind. He's just absolutely nuts.
Oh, Chibop trying to play forward, but the flash greets him. Buzz watching, covering for Zest. They get that elimination.
And this is what DRX was looking for on the previous round, just from a different direction, from the garage instead of A. Again, MARU wants to push as much space as they can early, and Buzz is just ready.
I mean, Nocchi, what are you going to do? What are you going to do against that?
Yep.
Classic in hand. He just sprays the smoke. You know, sometimes,
And, I mean, whatever. It's the eco round, you know.
Guess I'll just die.
Yeah, guess I'll just die. Ooh.
Okay, moves. Finding himself a 7th kill, I do believe. Nice little headshot. Showing RB what's what. Gets another. How many more does he have? Well, that's it. Because they just go ahead, double swing the corner. Mako finds the elimination. Still good damage dealt to a rough economy. DRX obviously not very stable yet. Mako just going to be set in sewers, wary of the approach from behind. Double creep up now through the window as Wix and Zhonghai look to bring this back.
Well, this is going to take, I mean, Wix is one away. If he gets Mako here, he will have the tour de force. Maybe it can happen. Okay.
Mako, bit whiffy. Now with the weapons recovered, a 2v2. MARU may just be able to make this happen, but they're running low on time.
Well, actually, pick that Phantom up off of the dead bodies, off of RB's body.
Yep. Swing in, turret facing the wrong way, not going to send shots their way. Buzz looking to hold it down, shot flies. Zhonghai, he's given his position. And Stax will just go ahead and swing out, catches him. 2 rounds now on the board for the side of DRX. They stay stable.
Yeah, not bad at all here, though.
Oh, yeah.
From the side of MARU, I mean, you take a lot of guns out of DRX's hands, and like you were talking about, the economy not so good. Stax had 0 creds after everything was bought coming into this round. Mako was sitting on a decent amount, but again, you're still making it look more difficult than maybe you would think it should be at times for DRX. So DRX has literally every ult available. Nocchi does have the tour de force, so he's going to cut funds to pop that up. And otherwise, mostly everybody a half armor buy for Zhonghai. That fault line going to catch members of DRX. There's an aftershock in there as well. Clips just a little bit of damage into Mako and Zest.
Lockdown looking to flush them back. They're still in the site though. Makes this a little bit more peculiar. Now the Rolling Thunder comes across, does get a hit onto 2, I believe. Nocchi sat inside of the Cloudburst. As the push comes through, and it's a quick clear out. 1 apiece for RB, Zest, and Stax. Spike now planted. Once more, it's going to be Wix and Zhonghai, the last ones left standing. Tour de force at the ready. Wix can stick around and see if he finds any eliminations, but Zhonghai going to have to hold on to this rifle.
Well, this is a nice job here, staggering the ultimates for the side of DRX. I mean, Wix, I'm gonna wait for this because this guy's absolutely, well, yeah, but he's absolutely nuts with the tour de forces sometimes, and he might as well just play this out because of he didn't buy anything else this round, so he might as well just go for it. Zest around the corner, that's a good spot.
Oh, tries to take the shot, can't hit RB. Now swings in, everyone's made their exit. Gun recovered though, so he can back away with that. feel decent about his own prospects going into the next round, but DRX will be tying it up at 3-3.
Yeah, I mean, this is a buy round here for MARU after an eco, so it's going to be a little bit awkward economically for this follow-up. And it's the way that DRX staggers the utility. The Aftershock gets used. It doesn't... I'm not sure if the lockdown was already placed or not, but the lockdown comes through anyway, and then they're able to push a little bit further forward, get a little bit deeper with that Rolling Thunder. They clear space. They know that at least up to the box is clear for sure with that Rolling Thunder. They're able to push from both angles around the side of the box, clear it out. That's really well handled by the side of DRX. And now they're looking towards C. Only the trademark there, and RB actually just jumps right over it.
Trademark cleared. C site completely unoccupied. Now going to have to be retaken once more.
And I like that DRX is leaving a little bit more presence on the site itself, kind of learning a little bit from their earlier mistakes. You know, RB and Buzz up close and personal. MARU loves to do these flanks.
Paranoia flying across, flashes out as well. Stax takes a decent chunk of damage. Moves down to 60, and oh boy, Chibop caught up in the spray. It's a falling down. They look for the entry, and Mako just says absolutely not. 2 kills for him. Wicks once more, last man standing, but not for very long. RB finds him, gets the kill, and it's a flawless as DRX now have 4 consecutive rounds.
Now might be a time for a timeout for MARU, as DRX now starting to kind of read these positions. That smoke is perfectly timed, you know, trying to use Nocti as a distraction. Nobody's fooled. They just hold their positions. I mean, great. Honestly, that's just perfect timing for Mako on that smoke. That is absolutely, can't get much better than that.
Yeah, I mean, once more, he just gets a tiny glimpse of Chibop, and it's enough for him to nail the shot.
Stax is just, he's just insane. It's like he has a third eye.
Mako, now that jiggle, he definitely saw him. First one didn't quite go far enough around the corner to be able to spot. I'll just play back. Stax ready with a flash. Chibop playing up close. Does get Zest a nice little headshot there for him.
It's pretty nasty, and they're going to need a few more of those this round. Now you've got DRX pretty well bottled in inside of their own spawn area. The flash will try to displace. Chibop
tries to get the timing shot.
They don't know. They don't know.
RB going to be taken down. Nocchi with a nice elimination, but he doesn't have any utility to try to get out of here. They're going to go ahead and storm their way in the lobby. Nocchi ends up falling. Can't trade anything else. Chibop up close and personal. Manages to get the hit on Mako. Looks for a little bit more, but he can't get Stax. He's just a half a second away from being able to do it. Buzz and Stax. They're going to try to win this out. As the corner swing is there. Buzz finding Wicks. Aftershock used, moves. Revealing his position. The fault line connects. They swing out. They got him down. DRX, keep it going.
I mean, it seems like every time Stax is still alive, DRX has got this. I mean, he has been so phenomenal with these other duos, whoever it be, whether it be Buzz or Mako or RB, it doesn't matter. I mean, he's just so smart. He's so disciplined. He knows when to throw his utility. He knows when to swing based off of his opponent's reads and movements and information. It's just absolutely a treat to watch. And now, finally, MARU will be going for that timeout, as that's 5 in a row for DRX. This is, other than the fact that MARU won the first 3, starting to look a bit similar to the last time they played this map. If DRX wins one more, it'll be very similar.
Yeah.
Junghai 0-7 right now.
Yeah, it's not been great.
Oofda.
It's kind of been figured out. Bit of a flip, though, with Sax currently up there. Above Buzz, really. I mean, 6 assists, 9 kills, and 1 less death.
Oh, absolutely. I think right now Stax is on another level. I mean, he's just hitting the right timings, and it's these post plants for Stax that are just so devastating. He's so fast and furious. He thinks so well on his feet. The reactions are insane. I mean, we've seen it time and again where it's either a flash or a smoke, and at the last second he saw somebody, so he has the lineup already in his brain. He doesn't need it. He can play this game blindfolded, and he'd be better than most. It feels like. So That's a great opening shot here. This is a great little trickery, a set of trickery here from MARU, where they kind of fake like they're going to push out, because they do like to get aggressive out of there, and they bait DRX to come through that door. DRX knowing it's an eco round, kind of sensing that they might be able to wipe them off the board a little bit quick, but with Nakji tucked around the corner.
Moves. Some of the Rolling Thunders as well have been, well, the two that we've seen, been somewhat questionable.
Yeah, that's fair. They haven't been as good. Hunter's Fury for Zest still. You still have From the Shadows for Mako. RB sitting on a Blade Storm in the off chance that maybe he needs to use it. Right now, with the way the economy's going, maybe not so much. Oops.
Showstopper at the ready,
Oh,
throws
RB.
it, but the updraft is there from RB. He is perfectly poised for it. Gets on top of the box, and Zhonghai not going to be finding any kills in this round. Adds another death to the toll now.
The individual reactions are just on point for DRX. I mean, what do you do? RB's just, he's just like, oh, I heard the ult. I'm going to get up in the air. Good luck hitting me.
Yeah, and I mean, before the spike was even planted, Cheapop is just the complete opposite side of the map. I'm not losing this operator, guys.
Yeah, good luck. Have fun. Well, he might get a kill, and he might get a small amount of value in that respect.
Unless Zest can dome him.
Yeah.
Zest creeping around. Does have a recon. I mean, he could throw it. He's going to. Creep up. Okay, Cheapop will be able to get that elimination. They're chasing onto Wix, who will find stacks. Shot, going to whiff. RB pursuing a little bit deeper. Doesn't have any util to play with. Cheapop takes his head clean off. Now it's all on Mako. Drops down, and Cheapop, he'll get a 3K! But it's a round loss all the same. Now 6-3 the scoreline is DRX. Once they got the ball rolling, MARU have not been able to stop it.
The Pyrrhic victory, no doubt. But, I mean, still, what are you going to do? I mean, DRX gets the site relatively for free, dodges the big ult on the way in, and that's round over. And DRX is so rich that they know that they can hunt for this op, and they know that if they get it, MARU's economy is going to be real devastated. You're going to take such a big piece out of, that's a great shot, but what could be a big piece out of the puzzle out of their hands.
I mean, look at the money.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're full buy.
Yeah. Oh, Nakji trying to play forward, trying to blast pack in with the judge. Ends up getting cut down. It's a rough start to the round now. So we'll see one there in the smoke. Moves, able to find RB. Much needed opening kill as that Rolling Thunder does get the stun out. Wix cannot make his way out of there. Zhonghai trying to lurk, trying to get something done, but Buzz finds two. Cheapop Blade Storm out, will get one more, but that's about it. DRX, we're losing two. They continue to keep the win streak alive.
Sorry, Mako went hell with the From the Shadows, but he just got in the back lines. Nobody registered it on the side of MARU, and got a couple free kills in there because of it. So again, the executes, the timing's just too good for DRX. I mean, they wait out the initial utility just a bit. There's a push forward that's attempted. Doesn't work, or there's that blast pack forward by Nakji. It just doesn't go anywhere.
I mean, the problem is, like, Zhonghai's just sat there in the corner. He's waiting. He's trying to have trigger discipline so that he can come up with a huge amount of kills. But because he waits, Buzz just pivots 180, spots him, and instantly gets that elimination. Ends up looking a bit like a fool. Four-man stack over at the C site, leaving only Wix at A, which right now, pretty much everybody on DRX starting to creep up into the lobby. Already two here, swung forward in long.
Yeah, and, well, poor Wix here, has the rendezvous to get out into the hallway, which barely does. Takes a fair amount of damage on the way through. Going to rotate up to heaven, and yeah, the rotations are coming through here for the side of MARU, but man, they're in dire straits. I mean, the best gun they have is a Guardian, a couple stingers in there, and good luck on this. Is Mako just going to sit there and wait with the paranoia and play off of Zest's information down in sewers. There you go.
First paint shells go out. The paranoia ends up flying through. Zest, however, unable to find anything. Swing on the corner. Mako finally able to stabilize the spray there. Just get Nakji. It's quite a considerable chunk of damage. Zhonghai creeping out. Mako sees it. Swing on the corner with the stinger in hand. Zhonghai will manage to get an elimination. I think that might be his first one of the map. Cheapop can't make his way through sewers. The cleanup is going to be there. DRX continue to just look absolutely unstoppable.
We had hope. We had hope for MARU. I mean, they won 3 rounds in a row. They stopped the force buy on the eco.
But the 2v5 seemingly
the 2v5
has broken them.
Yeah, that was just, this is devastating. I mean, this is what makes DRX so nasty is every time you think you find footing against them, somebody comes up with a hero play. Stax and Mako are usually the two that are pulling those through, but Buzz fully capable, RB fully capable, Sass fully capable.
That was Zhonghai's first kill.
Yikers. And it's a stinger, right? He got it with a stinger. Just checking.
Whatever works.
Whatever works.
Fast hit here onto the B side. Big change up to the side of DRX. Does get delayed. See aftershock comes through. Stack's just pulling away for a moment. Smoke goes down, cutting off mid.
Play off moves the fault line there. Bamako ready to counter with the paranoia.
Lockdown used, trying to stop anybody from being able to approach over towards window. Cut off that A lobby approach, so move's gonna be delayed here for a moment. Already though, 2 kills. Certainly possible. The Stack's also going to fall. Tap on the spike that forces the Hunter's Fury. Start swinging in. Buzz there to try and cover. They will catch moves. Nanoswarm now going through. They get the defuse over to half. Lurking inside of the smoke is Chibop. And Wix will be able to clean up the kills. So 8-4. They finally break the win streak after DRX took 8 consecutive rounds.
To lock all that down. So, okay, it does cover the door, that lockdown. I was kind of curious. But enough that, not enough that they're able to get through it, or at least get past it pretty quick once it stops. And again, getting in the back lines of those post-plant setups, you know, pressuring Zest in particular, pretty important.
Wake up, RB.
Wake up, RB.
I mean, he's been doing all right.
He's been all right.
He's
been all right. 9 and 8 on this map, not bad at all.
Hasn't been the hard carry, you know, the aces and whatnot that we've been seeing from him as of late, but still not a bad performance when he's playing the entry. Now on the attack with a double duelist, we'll see how MARU looks. Buzz left to his own devices here. A little bit of covering fire, but oh boy, the tracking way off from him with the classic in hand. Zest getting the hits through, will find moves. As RB swings around the back. Looks like he may have woken up.
Now, Buzz was in a really difficult spot there. Stax is going to have to back off because they're just trying to push him, trying to gain space. Buy a little bit of extra time, but you got 3 angles of DRX to worry about here.
RB creeping forward. Zhonghai into the smoke. Zest arriving through window, managing to find one. RB put some damage through. Nakji going to be falling low, the dart up over the top. He dips into the smoke, keep himself covered, but the smoke will fade away. As DRX go ahead and get the defuse. They win a pistol round once more. That's them putting a 9th round victory in their pocket.
Well, that was a super sneaky play by RB, and they're showing him on camera because he really saved this round for DRX in some ways. You know, again, Buzz is just out on an island on his own there on C. He's completely surrounded at this point, and then Zest and Stax coming through a good recon dart over the top, just to kind of see if they can get the spot at the very least. And Stax right there, reaction times are through the roof for him, and yeah, absolutely, his aim is quite good.
Yeah.
So it's a good attempt by MARU once again, but you know, the executions of DRX are just better, and it's tough. DRX is hitting you from multiple angles at once. They're trying to get you from 2 different sides. Here comes the B hit.
Dash forward, Chibop.
I never saw
looking
Mako.
into the smoke for now, but yeah, Mako set up top. Does get traded. Moves finds that headshot, but Stax is good for 2. Nakji struggling to get the turret. Spectre spray at that range. It can be difficult to control, but this game is very much out of control for MARU. 2 members left with the desperation bid of this force buy.
We've all been there. We've all tried to spray Tommy turret down and had it not go so good.
Nakji, I mean, he gets still on the stacks. He makes it a little bit more costly, but it's nowhere close to how devastatingly, you know, how devastating this is going to be to the economy of MARU. 2-0 start in the second half. DRX getting closer to making this a 2-0.
Yeah, they're in firm control of the map once again, and you know, MARU's trying everything they've got, but it's just not enough. DRX has such a deep playbook, and we're seeing kind of cheeky off angles from Mako here. He's using those TPs really well today on the Omen. Clearly he's been practicing a lot of Omen for the finals. He's been all over the place. Now you've got two Bulldogs even to face off against, as MARU, like you were talking about, doesn't have much money after they had to go for it. You know, feeling the pressure with the score line the way it was and losing a pistol. Seeing if they could bounce on back. There's that shot through the wall just to kind of get RB back up on top. Nakji gonna try to push Sewer Zest for a little bit of assist with the Owl Drone.
Fault line does hit. There's the cloud burst, but he's already seen Chibop. Chibop will be decent for one. RB trying to play so elusive. Eventually gets his wings clipped. Moves. Finding the kill. The stacks arrive. Takes quite a bit of damage in response, though. Zhonghai forcing him back. The rest of the team now arriving. It's the 3v4. Sheriff's inspector for Buzz. Can they retake the site? He's going to start swinging forward. Manages find one, looks for another. Zhonghai says no, but Mako swings in, stacks, gets wings, but Nakji with the Bulldog will be able to finish it out.
All right, well, you know, RB does everything he can to keep that Bulldog out of the hands of MARU, but they're able to do just enough. Catch him in a really awkward position as he had to come down off that box, and they forced him to get up in the air to try to avoid the approaching members. So they get that. They're able to barely scrape through with this round. You see, you know, he's trying to reload. Tough spot there. Backs out. Good utilization of the utility here to clear that corner. The Paranoia and the Aftershock, and that sets up Mako and Stacks to get a few more, but they line up for Nakji with the Bulldog.
Yep. Damn near a collat, but
yep.
Not quite. Now they're looking for the hit here onto C. The Nano Swarm going to be popped to try to slow up the rest of the team. A little bit of a corner that they can kind of cut through, so Wix gets himself through, only taking a little bit of damage. Just tickling his feet. It's going to be the Hunter's Fury opened up, just looking to delay this plant. Now the Rolling Thunder is well thrown out, but not many people are going to be caught by that, if anyone at all. 2 kills coming through. RP pushing forward, managing to find one, finds his second elimination. Stack is going to be the last man standing, finds one. Can he do it? Pressure certainly on his shoulders, and Nakji once more will be the finisher as MARU start the run back. 4 more rounds to go to tie it.
Yeah, great patience there from Moves as well, not to overpeak on that corner, not to give Stacks the opportunity to wait for Stacks to move out. And then he's going to swing off of that. Nakji, good enough anyway. As it's a really good kind of reaction here from MARU, where they're able to get this, you know, all this utility. They're waiting for this Rolling Thunder. They know it's coming. Everybody knows there's going to be people coming through the garage there, and they're moved off just far enough that they could peek the garage, just spray it down as soon as the Paranoia comes through as well on the back of that Rolling Thunder. Not much of that utility hit many members of MARU, and they react accordingly. So good awareness of the situation by MARU, good reaction to it, and they finally kind of have a round that goes their way. Now look at all these shorties for DRX.
Yeah, and the Blade Storm now popped. Oh, there's one out the Tashin, and RB, while he will be able to find Nakji, Chibop was hugged behind, tucked against the wall. Comes up with 2 eliminations. Stacks now just going to be sat, his little aquarium shotgun in his hands, hoping and praying that someone comes through Sewer. The rest of the team, I mean, it's all shorties for an attempted retake on the A site. If DRX can make this happen, they are truly miracle workers. Yeah,
they have no business doing anything else like in this round, but they're going to leapfrog. Stacks gets stunned up, gets taken out. Trying to leapfrog off these smokes to get a little bit closer into the site, but yeah.
Try to push out. Wix says nope. 7 to 10. MARU continue to claw it back.
Well, it's a cute little round from the side of DRX, even though it doesn't pay off. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that from them. So, for what it's worth, again, new wrinkles from DRX. But MARU starting to string it together. I mean, look, they're a really good attacker side team. I will say this about MARU, that even though we saw in the previous, like at the very beginning of it, they were like 51% on attacker side, like 49% on defender side, or something like that. Generally, we kind of think of them as a little bit more attacker-sided team. RB, though, switching over to the op finally.
Flash at the ready. See it there from Moves. The swing out, he misses the shot. He's just going to take his exit. Let's just popping everything that he can. Chibop's going to be taken down on the entry. Aftershock used. Swing out, Moves. Guns both down. He brings them right back into this round. The TP across, maybe broken. Mako now going to have to run all the way back over. Maybe it decides to cancel because that spike hasn't been brought forward into the site yet. But as we can see, it's still sat here in long. Smoke coming through, a bit of a one-way setup for Mako to be able to watch over it short. Stacks jumping up and down. Still holds on to the aftershock.
Buzz sticking around just in case there's the from the shadows from Jung Hai.
Sees one. Continues to hold it. Smoke used Jung Hai, look at the TP. That's going to be into hell. Stacks gets the break, the fault line. Goes through, takes quite a bit of damage, but manages to go back around. Finds two eliminations. Just 2 more to go. MARU, they need this round to win, and looks like they might just be able to get it unless Buzz has something to say about it. He's rotating through sewer right now. Here's the footsteps, knows that they're going to be relocating. It looks like it's going to be all the way across the C site. No, stop short. It will be the B plan.
The time just not quite enough, or at least they didn't feel comfortable enough. Like they could
rotating.
Get there for sure. Wix is 0 health.
Okay, the turret to watch the one side. Nakshi going to be approaching from a link. Wix sat back in window. Buzz going to make first contact with Nakshi, and Nakshi gets the headshot. MARU continue. Now 4 consecutive rounds, just 2 more to go, and they tie this up.
All right, they're doing it. The focus is here. They are finally stringing some great rounds together. This one looked like it might go sideways for a moment at a couple different times. You know, Zest with a great pop around the corner to defend RB initially on the escape right there. But then he gets layered by utility. The flashes, the aftershocks, and moves. Has a great timing on that step out to take out 2. I mean, Stacks, you know, getting helped by Mako there with the paranoia as well. To at least get a couple kills inside of this. I thought maybe they might fake with Jung Hai, or at least check C or something like that with his ult, but he goes into hell and just gets swatted away by Stacks. So they're not really able to find too much value on that. It doesn't matter. Still got the win on the round. And this time around, it's going to be Sheriffs for the side of DRX. No shorty business. Just the frenzy for RB. And, ooh.
Tag. Stacks has managed to find a shot through there. Pulls back around the corner. Aftershock now going to be used. Jung Hai can't stick for it. Has to just wait this out. Right back in. Plant now coming through. Triple wraparound through the A lobby. Wix set just below window.
DRX is pinging it.
Seems like, yeah, they're going to be wary about this. It's being watched by 2, though.
They're setting up for the rendezvous.
Oh, look at this.
TP out.
Yeah.
They're setting. They're going to flash him and then get him when he TP's out, or hopefully when he does. Oh my God!
Buzz just gets on top of him. Wix goes down before he can try to rendezvous out. I think maybe he thought he had a little bit more time, but he does not. Jung Hai throwing the paranoia. TP's onto the opposite side to try to set up a little bit of a crossfire, but he's got 5 health remaining, and now the lockdown. They're just going to wait this out. But they have to get onto the spike now. Mako going to make it happen. Jung Hai decides to strike, but he does not stop the defuse from coming through, and there's just not a thing that Cheap Up can do here. He, in fact, will fall. Stacks gets that elimination. It's a thrifty victory for DRX to stop the momentum from MARU and put another round between them.
DRX just so aware of the situation here. They knew exactly where Wix is going to be. There's no question about it. And then they see the rendezvous in the back. They know exactly what it's for. You know, they're ready. There's a trap there. Like you said, doesn't matter. Buzz just headshots him anyway. And this lockdown's perfect. They know there's no more utility in anybody's hands that can do anything about this lockdown unless they just straight up kill DRX. So DRX able to go there. Just tell Mako, you stick it, we'll cover you.
Yeah, I mean,
relief. A little bit of relief, yeah.
And that's something that DRX has not felt many times this stage. Pressure, nervousness, anxiety about dropping a map. MARU picking up those 4 consecutive rounds really made them feel like this was going to be the time that they finally drop one, and that this was going to end up being a tied-up series. The DRX, they say no, they shut them down for now. Money is still there. Cheap out with the Blade Storm. See what he can do. Mana Swarm comes down, the boom bot the check. Buzz has to clear that. Decides not to reposition. Paint Shells, however, might make him think a bit differently about that. Fault line used that he's already dipped out.
Yeah, so good timing, good senses there from Buzz. Gets a lot of utility out of the hands at least. The boom bot, the Paint Shells, fault line there. Used temporarily, of course. Chibop did pop the Blade Storm. The ult from Wix as well. The tour de force is there. RB once again playing that spot behind the bricks. Let's see what the combo is going to look like. Looks like a flash and dash.
The way in, RB is backing off.
He's already out.
Yep, rotates through the alley. Looks like he may want to come to heaven. No, for now, just going to be sitting in the link. So we do just allow them to get into the site. Just waiting for this. There's the Rolling Thunder. They're buying time. I don't know if they're going to be able to get the plant down. They have to start it now. Spray's coming through. Stacks. Flip it over to the side. What a transition. Gets moves off the left flank. They clean it up, and that's going to bring it to map point.
And the difference here this time around with the Rolling Thunder, the first time we saw it for Stacks, he waited until they started planting. This time around, he's like, nah, we're going to hit them before they even can try to start it. And we're just going to catch them completely off guard with it. Little changes like that are what make DRX so good. And instantly RB dashes on the back of it. The follow-up from Zest as well. It's all about timing here from Stacks. That ult is perfect. It nails at least 2 or 3 members of MARU. And then the follow-up is perfect. DRX there, great micro adjustment that you might not have noticed. So smart.
MARU now on their last leg. All in investment. For all in play. Need to win 4 consecutive rounds once more if they want to take this to overtime. Otherwise, they're going to be staring down the barrel of a necessary reverse sweep to be the representatives. That's a great start, though. Breaking open the C site. Hunter's Fury crashing across. Wix going to get tagged down the 9 HP. He's revealed. Stacks is waiting for him inside the smoke. Had no idea what was about to hit him. Wix does fall. The spike still being brought forward. What?
Moves his Rolling Thunder.
Rolling Thunder going out. Looking for the hits. Cheap up finding 2. For a second I thought it was Stacks. I was like, how does he have another one?
I know.
Push in. RB Heller finding an elimination, but moves. Managing to do his best impersonation of Stacks from that previous round. Comes up with 2 to go ahead and close it out. They keep their heads above the water.
There we go. That's a really good Rolling Thunder from Moves to make sure that that site is clear. Make sure they take Stacks out. Stacks has been an absolute nuisance. They're able to get to the site. They lose a couple more, but I mean, it's just, again, you know, kind of trading rounds for MARU isn't going to be good enough. They have to win 3 in a row. Underdog takes everything. Absolutely. It's tough. It's really tough. And DRX is going to go for the timeout to kind of think this one through. Look at Stacks' scoreline right now, 23-11. Moves is having a pretty good game, too.
I was going to say, Moves, while other than that last one that we saw, Rolling Thunder, like while his Rolling Thunder usage earlier on might have been decently pretty questionable, he's been nailing his shots.
Yes.
Even on the ecos when he's got the Sheriff in hand, he's been coming up with 1-2 kills. Rifle in, like he's been looking good. So this is definitely a battle of the breaches. Yeah,
and this is really fun to see. I mean, Stacks we know is an insane breach. He's been an insane breach for years. And Moves, you know, a guy that, you know, came over from Team T5 to MARU this year. One of the, again, we talked about the 2 big pieces that came to MARU to make them this more complete package this season, Junghai, and then Moves. And Moves, you know, kind of a jack of all trades, a guy who can play a lot of different agents for you. He's played a Breach, Sova, you know, Fade for the most part, so he's doing a lot of initiator stuff. But, you know, he's a guy who's flexible. He's happy to try to, you know, set you up with utility and try to make it work from there. Yeah, okay, so Wix dies, and then, you know, they do a great job here. Rolling Thunder into the push out from Chibop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mako
getting a little happy, a little bit of happy feet there.
A little bizarre, but they still have this lead. They just need 1 more to close it. MARU, can they keep pushing? RB operator in hand once more. Moving down through sewer. Wix just going to be tucked away. Tailwind popped. I think Wix is going to swing out from this position.
Yeah, RB waiting with the op, and he knows. Ooh. He knows. He's waiting. You can see there's some shots there, but this is all just a bit of a distraction as the main hit is being lined up at C. Not sure how much information DRX has in this. I don't think much based on the rotations or lack thereof that I'm seeing from them right now. And we'll see what it's going to look like. I think this is... I thought this might be a setup for a fake, but I think with the way that they're starting to angle back towards A, I think they're just going to, you know, they feel like there's enough space here because Wix hasn't sensed any pressure.
The fault line goes out and a long lurk from RB. manages to come to fruition. A nice kill coming through. Now everybody's saying, okay, let's go with the original plan, rotate the C, but Mako throws down a smoke, sussing this out. Paranoia at the ready. They wait for the hit. Limited tools, but they do still have that showstopper, and there it is. But Mako gonna shut it down. Finds Nokji, Buzz in the corner. Picking up G-Bomb, teleport in, Junghai. Managing to find one, but Stax arrives. Now it's him versus Moves. The showdown. Let them fight.
Yeah, please let the breaches duel. Everybody else just go back to spawn.
Swing out. And there it is, the final shot from RB. We'll put the nail in the coffin. A 2-0 lead now in the series for DRX as they take Haven. And Ascent could decide it all.
Yeah, Maru here, a great attacker side. They came back, they punched back, they made some good decisions that last round. They had the right double back, it was just a bit too slow. It just took them a bit too long to kind of organize their thoughts, to organize, how they wanted to do the execute. If they had just hit that double back to C after they lost Wix right away, I think they could have gotten the site and at least made that a much closer round. But it just took a little bit too long, and by that point, you literally had Stax, Buzz, and Mako all looking from 3 different spots on that site at you. Good luck. They're insane, and this is an easy MVP vote for me.
Yeah, it's got to be Stax. I think it's going to be fairly unanimous between us and the Korean commentators. I think if you go for anybody else, you'd have to be a lunatic. He was just too damn good. He and Moves. I mean, Moves putting up a great effort. Really instrumental in them getting as close as they did to taking that to overtime. But unfortunately for Maru, they just can't take it far enough. Now DRX are just 1 map win away. They can close out Ascent. They will be our representatives once more in international competition. They will have locked in 21 consecutive map wins this stage. They've got 20 at the moment. Can they make the perfect run to Masters happen?
Well, I mean, I will say there's signs of life in Maru. We've seen them be able to punch back here and not just fold. So, look, anything's possible on the next map.
They've already done
Ascent.
what Ons could not, Ons could not last stage because they didn't give up in the second map.
That's exactly true. I mean, yeah, you didn't put him to overtime on Haven, but that doesn't matter. Haven was the first map against Ons, not the second. So, absolutely, I mean, I'm happy to see that Maru has enough mentality to keep fighting here. They haven't given up by any stretch of the imagination. They know that there's still a ton to play for. I got to point this out. Stax had 15 assists. Mako had 17 on Haven. Mako had more assists than Stax on that map because he was landing so many great paranoias. The timings on his smokes were freaking amazing. I mean, just a great map from him too.
Yeah, I mean, he might have got, caught out a couple times and looked a little bit silly. Sprays were a little wonky there for Mako, but his utility usage was certainly very much on point and really helped enable the rest of the squad. Same with Stax, but as we'll see here in a moment, while Stax might have been bested slightly in the assist count, he was able to put up a monstrous amount of kills. Top fragging in the lobby. So 24, 11, and 15. I'll just go ahead and spoil that for you, which makes for a pretty good KD.
Had a lot of spike plants in there too. Just not that matters too much, but I was just looking through there. I was looking through the stats and I'm like, 11 spike plants? What in the world?
And that's how this guy has always got his Rolling Thunders online. He goes for the diffuses, he gets the plants, he takes the orbs. They know how instrumental Stax can be and how much he can swing around when he has that Rolling Thunder in his hands. So they very much play around him, but there you go, a 3.5 for him. RB trailing not too far behind with 20 kills under his belt.
Huge stuff as usual. Seems like Stax or Mako. Again, just absolute nutters for DRX time and time again. Buzz having a solid game on Killjoy. It is a very different ask of him on Haven versus when he's on Chamber, right? You're asking him to kind of lock down locations, play those nanoswarms for either post-plant or to block a rotation or, cut off an execute, stuff like that.
Well, 2-0 the score as we get ready to go into Ascent could absolutely be the decider. DRX are going to be hungry for that 3-0. We'll see if they can get it or if Maru can finally deliver them a map loss when we come back from the break. Value that he was looking for. Cheap up now going on the hunt, drops down, sprays around the corner, finally manages to find blinds from Ali. Comes up with 2 kills. Harvey, around the stack, swings the corner. Ready with a flash. Cheap off that. Rolling Thunder does get the stun out. Wix cannot make his way out of there. Fault line does hit. There's the cloud burst, but he's already seen G-Bop. G-Bop will be decent for one. RB trying to get down on the entry. Aftershock used. Swing out, moves. Guns both down. Goes through, takes quite a bit of damage. Manages to go back around. Finds two eliminations. But they had to get onto the spike now. Mako gonna make it happen. Junk High decides to strike. It's just not a thing that G-Bop can do here. Start it now. Sprays coming through. Stacks. Flip it over to the side. What a transition. Being brought forward. What?
Moves his Rolling Thunder.
Rolling Thunder. Going out. Limited tools, but they do still have that showstopper, and there it is. But Mako gonna swing out. And there it is, the final shot from RB. Okay, we'll cut it short this time. We had another interview going on in the Korean stream, but we will spare Zeta this time around as we get ready to focus up for Game 3. MARU especially going to be trying to do that as they have Ascent on the horizon. We're once more back over into that map pick. Let's see if they're going to be able to pick up a win, keep themselves in this series, or if DRX can find another 3-0 grand final win. We'll have to just wait and see.
Well, here's a fun fact for you. I'm going to give you a couple fun facts. First of all, DRX has never lost a best of 5. I meant to mention that earlier, never got around to it. They have never lost a best of 5, period, end of story.
Sure.
Now, that also being said, we're going into Ascent here for map number 3, which is a must-win, of course, for MARU. DRX hasn't lost on Ascent. Do you remember the last time they lost on Ascent? Because it's been a while.
Would this be, we're talking 2021?
Yeah.
Stage 2?
Not that far back.
Okay.
Champions?
Oh.
Cloud9.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That was the last time they lost Ascent.
Right, and they almost brought it back.
Yeah, literally, yeah, a 10-13 that they almost brought back after a devastating 1-11.
I've ejected that series from my brain.
I had to look it up because I was like, man, how have they been doing? Like, you know, oh yeah, well they beat Optic on this map, they beat Zeta on this map. I mean, the only team that's even given them a run for this money on this map is CNJ this year.
Yeah,
that went to a triple overtime.
It was a close one. But since then, hasn't been close at all. Now they look to try to just keep this win streak going. See some support here for our Korean casters, some Inho fans. As I was leaving to go to the restroom during the break. They called him an ajushi there.
Oh, did they? Well, I mean, he's younger than me, so I'm not so sure. But it's the beard. The beard defies his actual age a bit for himself. But no, I mean, I was going down the stairs and there were fans lining up to for Inho and Binbon and Suhyun, who are the Korean commentators for today, just getting ready to say hi to them. They have a lot of fans, as they should. They're excellent, but this is it. I mean, this could be DRX having the perfect season. They haven't dropped a map yet.
Could very well be. MARU need to be the difference maker. They need to reverse sweep if they want to be the representatives of Copenhagen. They have their work cut out for them. DRX, I mean, you know, showing weakness. It was good for MARU to get the run back that they did there on Haven. And also the start. You know, 3 consecutive rounds, the force buy not working for DRX. And that's one of the first times that they've lost that force buy. Let's see what happens, though, with Ascent coming through. Like you said, DRX having not lost any maps, you know, obviously since Champions, but a very close one versus, you know, an incredible Cloud9 team back at Champions last year.
Yeah, any Ascents. They haven't lost any Ascents. They've lost a few maps here and there, but not too many. Most of them at Masters, so, I mean, I don't know. I mean, MARU here, you know, you're going to have to go up against what likely is going to be that triple initiator comp that DRX really likes to run. I think DRX starts on the attacker side again for the 3rd map in a row, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, it's such a difficult composition to deal with, the way that DRX will just stagger utility at you. You know, RB has typically been on the KO so far this season, so, you know, it's been triple initiator plus a buzz on the chamber and then Mako on Omen Astra, whatever. And We'll see what it's going to look like this time around. Similar kind of ideas typically for most teams in Korea, although I suspect that Chibop will be on the Jet. He usually is on this map. So that's one of the swap outs that you might see there. And as we get ready for the agent selection on what could be the last map of the season, nobody's surprised by this.
Not at all. I mean, like we said, it's probably going to be unanimous. It absolutely was. 5 votes for Stax as the MVP of map number 2. An incredible performance from him on the breach. I mean, just kind of echoing his performances from last year when he very much was kind of the hard carry of the team. He's been taking a bit more of a back seat, playing, you know, very util focused, supporting his teammates. Hasn't been in the limelight too many times this year, but that was definitely a throwback map for him. Utterly impeccable performance from Stax.
I like the way you put that, throwback. It felt like old school Stax. It felt like, yeah, 2021 Stax, where he was on the breach, on Haven, that kind of quintessential DRX map with the quintessential agent for the quintessential player. And yeah, so DRX is on the attack again. If we go to Fracture, that will be, yeah, DRX still on the attack. DRX literally starts on the attack at every map. Yep. That I look at it again.
Yep.
I mean, DRX is a great attacking team. It is something that a lot of people kind of, I think, sometimes sleep on them about. As good as their defaults are and things like that, as good as their individual play is, they have unbelievable utility coordination. So let's see what they want to roll for this map. Okay, so already some big changes. Oh, well, Wix on the KO, that makes sense because they will swap him and Nocchi between roles. What the? Wait, what?
Double smoke for the side of Maru as Nocchi's going to be going for Omen. Buzz stays the Killjoy, and this is a chamberless map of Ascent.
I'm shocked.
Nobody playing chamber on either team.
I mean, everybody on DRX is playing something different. Like, literally everybody is playing something wildly different than the last couple times we've seen Ascent for them. So, all right then. I mean...
Okay.
I mean, this is what we saw yesterday from Maru on this map. Like, you know, they did have the doubles controller, but it's still a little bit interesting to see.
Intriguing, to say the least, but we'll see what happens as we jump into the game. It's ready to go. We'll see if Maru can start a reverse sweep or if DRX will be your champions once more.
I would have liked to have seen the chamber maybe here for Maru, just see if you can get someone to pop off with it, whether it be Nocchi or Wix, but you know, it worked yesterday against DK. I thought that might have just been a DK only strat for Maru, but it is not, as there's a lot of attention into B main here. Moves waiting with the Haunt. If the push continues off this one way, it does.
Prowler chasing Nocchi. He's gonna get blinded, flashed, everything thrown at him. RB will be able to find that elimination. Let's get tagged down to 45 HP. Move's going to be dropping off the walkway. Tucks back here into boats. Will be good for 1. The chest shot enough to finish off the enemy Jet, but just get traded in the end. Close corner hold from Mako. Pushes Chibop by surprise. Finds that kill. Says will get dropped, but Mako just holds it down. Upgrades to a ghost. 3 members left standing. DRX will win the pistol round once more.
Yeah, I mean, again, you know, even though there's a gravity well there, you're playing so close up to it, and RB has a frenzy. He doesn't care too much. I mean, yeah, the vulnerable hurts a bit, I guess, but and he gets. Okay, never mind. That was just absolutely ridiculous. It just right through the blind, through the gravity well, through all the utility in the world. He still just holds it down with a frenzy. I didn't realize that was that bad. I mean, that ridiculous. Just absolutely insane. Just absolutely insane from RB.
Cheeky grab. Yeah,
a little cheeky grab to try and catch somebody going up on the wall. Did not work. The patience from the side of DRX as they wait this out to see if anybody pushes out. DRX, you know, very keenly aware of Maru's tendencies where they try to rotate pretty quick, but is the gamble stack now as all 5 have moved over.
Flash. Start rushing. Stacks. Throws a flash. Backs away. Not going to go for the quick check, and he will make his exit. He suspects that, you know, we're in an anti-eco round. They're probably playing as a pack. Just to escape the wolves.
It's like watching a herd of sheep just all going in the same direction briefly there. As now they're going to split off a bit, send 2 into mid, and they're going to use a lot of utility to check, which of course we all know when there's nothing in here, but you know, better safe than sorry. As DRX will get the site for free. Full retake coming through B main. Let's see what Zest can do on point.
Well, that's Hero Point. Gives them all the information that they really need. And Zest just holding it down. The last member swinging moves will be able to catch him off guard. Covers a weapon. Didn't take any damage. Needs to get through 3 more. Any kills that he can find would be good value for MARU as they get ready to go into the bonus. But Stacks says nope. Catches him in the head. It's a 2-0 start here for DRX.
Not that bad in some ways for the side of MARU. They have a decent plan here, and it almost works. You know, Zest there just running out of bullets. This is more a bigger problem than anything. I don't think he expected all 5 to push around that corner quiet like that. Yeah, just kind of pulls off there. And then Stacks has the lineup right by the switch. It's 2 rounds in a row for DRX. So let's see what it's going to look like now for the side of MARU. Is DRX going to dial up a quick hit here? Or are they just kind of checking the corner, using the Prowler and the turret? C's being thought about. See if they can maybe catch moves around the corner. They do.
Oh, okay. They don't clear the hunt, though. They do get spotted. Trails following forward. Is Nocchi going to throw that paranoia? Big value for him, but it expires. Cuts down 1. Throws down a smoke on the ramp. TP's into the back of boats. Moves. Tries to hold things here, and that's going to be Stacks dead. The spike dropped. Mako now eliminated. Zest gone. It's just Buzz left standing. They know exactly where he is. The spray starting to come through. He's tagged down low, but he's got 3 kills. Needs an ace clutch if they want to win this and make it 3-0. Work certainly cut out for him.
Just trying to dodge the wall spam there. Free fire around the box, checking the corners as best as he can. Still has quite a bit of time. He's going to use the turret. Okay, now he knows there's one close left. And again, they're just going to keep... Yeah, they're just going to keep... Oh my god!
He gets a sense of it. He knew there's going to be somebody lurking around that position. Does he know that they moved over to box? The spike's still stranded. Does he just save? What's he going to do? He's going to grab... He's got a lockdown!
Oh no.
Buzz has got a lockdown! Nocchi. He's out front and Buzz has got it! The ace clutch! The 3-0 start on Ascent! Buzz is here to play!
Unbelievable! Absolutely unreal! How does this happen? How is this allowed? The senses here from Buzz are through the roof. He gets the opening kill on the entry. Look at this, he just checks the corner, he's doing his job, and then MARU responds. He's flashed up on that kill, follows up with a third, uses the turret to check on, and he knows they're close left and just goes for the spray, gets it, and then has the wherewithal. They're like, you're 1 away from the lockdown, go get the orb.
Fear this man.
God.
If DRX finishes this run, they go to Copenhagen, and you have to play against them. Buzz should be striking fear into your heart.
Yeah, well, MARU's hearts are broken. That is for sure. That was the absolute heartbreaker. Just absolutely insane. I still can't believe it. Buzz is... I mean, he's even on Killjoy. It doesn't matter. You know, you would expect that kind of stuff on Chamber. Goodness gracious.
Smoke flying out from Nocchi. Satin boats. Double updraft. Nocchi trying to track. Can't get the hits through onto RB though. Spike now planted. Remembers for the attempted retake. Sheriffs abound for 3. A frenzy for Zhonghai. Seeing if they can deal any damage, but Zest already finding Chibop. 2 approaching from Ali. Zhonghai taken down as he drops the lumber. Swing in the corner, moves with a nice headshot, will get rid of RB, but Stacks will mow down the others. A 4-0 start. It's DRX. Win out another round, another purchase. Getting ready to come through from MARU. See if they can stop the momentum build.
I don't even know anymore. I mean, what do you do? What can you do if you're MARU? I mean, that has to just be so unbelievably hard to swallow. I mean, you do so much right on that round, and everything's going pretty well, but Buzz just outthinks you, outplays you. I mean, I'm heartbroken for that. In a way, for Mario, as amazing as that play was, you know, that one's tough. All right, well, 0 point out the rip. Chibop watching from heaven with the op. He did get the full armor as well to back it up. Odin on the other side with moves. So just kind of a, yeah, I mean, yeah, Zest was one away from the Nightfall in the last round. It is going to clip. Chibop.
He does sit in it because he wants to get the shot across, but he doesn't get the hit. Prowler as well. He's forcing it back. The door now needing to be broken. Plan coming in, DRX looking for the 5-0 start. Op gets handed over to Zhonghai. Chibop gonna try to enter, but ends up falling down. Op not gonna find anything. Answering Nightfall now cuts across. She gets about everybody. I think Mako maybe the one who is able to avoid it. Nakshi spraying through the floor. Finds one. The entry's looking good. 2 more to clear out. They're both situated in hell. Can they fight back? Despite currently sat on RB on his lonesome, trying to find it, but Zhonghai says no. Falls so very low. One more blade would have gotten the elimination, gotten the reset. MARU will finally put their foot down. They pick up a round win.
Yeah, the patience here, getting that Nightfall into play. Everybody, you know, being decayed on that Nightfall as well makes it a little bit easier. Start spraying through. Oh man, and this is just a great follow-up on the back of it. So good usage of their utility, good counter utility. You know, even though it was a Nightfall that came out from the side of DRX, they had their own as well. And so now you've got Cosmic Divide, you've got the No Command for Wix. Nobody else on DRX sitting on any alts just yet. Mako's one away from the shadows, but you know, just a little bit of op checking. You know, people love to, especially in Korea, get up close and personal at those main entrances.
Chibop has shifted away. He's now looking into mid, but I mean, the pings are coming down. You can see the set play here as the Haunt not going to reveal anything. So they may be anticipating this hit from DRX over at the A site once more. Prowler moving forward. That'll get relayed. Smoke comes down. B starting to make his way in. Shot from Chibop, not going to connect. He tries to stop him from hitting the switch. Door now going to be shut. Swing on the corner. RB finds moves, and that is going to be the site broken open by DRX.
Yeah, I mean, RB able to dodge the gravity well, able to dodge the op with a good cover from his teammate, or a good cover with his own smoke, I should say. And you got alarm bot around the corner, turret on top of the boxes. A really difficult retake. Zest lurking in main. Oh, they're going to get through this one.
Fragment goes out. That does force their positions a bit on the side itself. Starts swinging around. Two from the right flank. Still have Zest, however, lurking in main. Mako puts Wix on the floor. Bot unable to be recovered in this position. Zhonghai with the op does manage to find one, but they have their work cut out for them. Buzz just sits right in top, right in Wix's face. It's an elimination. Zhonghai will pick up a third elimination. Wants to hold on to the operator, and DRX are more than happy to give their lives to try to take this out of his hands. They know that he is broke, and they will have it. A 5th round victory now for DRX once more, not letting MARU string rounds together.
Yeah, and I don't mind this retake attempt at all from the side of MARU. They leave Zhonghai with the op to watch B main, knowing that almost certainly DRX is going to have somebody lurking there with how free they basically got the site with only moves being in the way. But they just cut everybody down on the way in. Chibop tries to get some jumps in, but still can't get high enough to avoid the crosshairs of DRX players. And yeah, I mean, Zhonghai tries to do the right stuff, but then you have to rely on the rest of the team to make that entry happen. They're just not able to do so, and now it's just a fast A hit here as most of MARU's on an eco. There is one Vandal out there, but Buzz just waiting around the corner, waiting for these lurks.
Gets Chibop there. Does he know that Nakshi is this far forward is the question. Does have a Vandal in his hand now. He certainly does, but moves as well with the pinch. Just find that kill, flash out. We'll spot Wix up in heaven. Couple guns now recovered. Vandal and a Phantom for the 4v4 attempted retake.
Still could be very doable. Fragment up there, and the knife as well.
wanted to use his own. Couldn't get the 0 point out in time. Drop down. Zhonghai's throwing some right clicks, but Zest holds it. Mako was lurking over by Wine. The cleanup is there, and DRX now have 6.
Well, it's a fast hit. Buzz is waiting for the lurk. It's a good counter lurk as well from the side of moves. Pick up at least 1 kill, grab another gun on the way in to try to get this retake to go, but you know, this time around, DRX stays pretty spread out. They put 1 into Wine. And MARU gonna have to take a timeout as, yeah, things going pretty sideways. Buzz 10-2, of course, you know, half of that damage being done in 1 round. Makes things a little bit lopsided, but Zest having a good map on the Fade. Usually we've seen stacks on Fade on Ascent, but this time around they're changing it up a bit since RB going back over to the Jet.
Yeah, they have him on Jet, so Stacks takes the KO. It's a big adjustment, and I think it's just pretty much going to be in response to DRX saying, look, like, we've played Ascent a lot of times this stage. We've shown this comp, this you know, no duelist, all, you know, triple initiator composition. Let's change it up a bit because there's a lot of tape that they have watched, or that you know, that they can watch and study to see our tendencies, to see our setups. They put a duelist back in, and it's been working a treat for them thus far.
And I think also part of it is you got to make sure that, you know, I think DRX probably feeling pretty comfortable right now that they're going to be eyeing a trip to Copenhagen, and you want to show different looks, right, on this map. You want to have to force the teams that are going to have to prep for you to have to look at different compositions, different ways that you're going to attack and approach this map. And, you know, this is a good opportunity, you know, putting Buzz on the Killjoy. Like, literally everybody on DRX playing a different agent than what they have so far this stage, and it still looks really, really damn good. And that shouldn't be surprising. I mean, again, it's what makes DRX so good is the way that they react to stuff so quick. And, you know, sometimes it's like they couldn't have even communicated. Their reactions are so good. Like, they just know what to do. Like, the protocols that are in their muscle memory are insane. And here you go. They're going to ball up and maybe make a push for mid, or at least think about it. See if anybody's lurking through Cat. Nobody's there. Zest lining up a haunt here and some other utility. Is that
0 point was also chucked there from Stacks.
Yep, lands a
right
market.
Here. Market. Okji quite in position to be able to peek. Cloudburst blocks it all anyway. Zero, or Fragment rather, going down the block alley. Boom starts spraying, gives his position away. Get a slight little tap there on a Stacks, but won't be able to find too much else. Mako in the meantime, lurking at Pizza. They're wary of this. The Prowler comes in. Cheap Up gets him in the head. That's going to be Cheap Up's first kill of the map so far. See how many more he can find in the round.
He's going to need to come up big. The rest of MARU as well. Still have to worry about that B main lurk. They've got a little bit different look. Oh.
Fortunately, it's going to be the only one. And the person that swings out to challenge him is Buzz, who has been taken incredibly low. He's got a little bit of HP left. After the K, comes back in, waits on the push, finding 1. Zest, however, holding it down. Gets the eliminations now. Needs to try to clutch it. Find himself. Swing out of the corner. Zest gets moves.
Did he hear the tap?
Has to know. He's got to know. Push into the smoke. He cannot get him. It's so very close he can't hear it, but he still will be able to get the defuse off with a second to spare. MARU pick up a second round victory.
I'm not convinced that Zest ever heard the first defuse tap.
He might not have.
The way he played that. So, you know, either way, it's still a really good attempt from Zest. His second Nightfall to, you know, try to clutch this out. Big, big opening kill here on the back of that Prowler as well. Buzz trying to shut things down, but then, you know, the retake this time much better. They smoke off main instead of having to, you know, try to leave somebody to cover the angle and make it a little bit more comfortable to push through. Oh, Zest. So close. I mean, a valiant attempt.
Yep. Well
Great.
done by Nokji to go ahead and get a second round victory in for his squad. Need many more.
And here is DRX. You're just kind of maybe looking to see if you can fish the fragment out from Wix, and then you've got the opportunity for the lockdown where there won't be any lineups or anything that can deal with it without somebody pushing it with their guns. Seeing if maybe you can get that going. Mako, of course, sitting on from the shadows as well. The opportunity to kind of re-rotate or recover, set up fakes if they so choose. But right now they seem to just be content to just kind of death ball around the map.
Paranoia's out. RB trying to make his way forward. Moves, finds him. Oh, low, but still gets the kill on the Stacks to put him on the floor. Buzz will knock him down with a shorty. They can go for the res. They will. Marco bringing him back to life. Now the lockdown's going to be used. Fragment at the ready. Does he have a lineup for this? He's trying for it, but
I don't think it worked.
he bounced it off the wall, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, now you're giving free sight. Almost. You just have the one in boats you got to worry about. You know it.
Yep, they know that he's there. Nakji trying to get Stacks. Can't do it. Chibop moves up into the smoke. Buzz cuts him down once more. Spike planted. A 2v4 for MARU.
This is tough. You know, MARU's got to try to come from both sides. You know, this is almost impossible. Okay, that's one, but can't find the second.
No, it's all on Zhonghai. They swing out, they spot him, they double swing, they kill him. DRX 7 rounds now established here on the attacking side. How far can they take this? MARU once more going to be in dire straits.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Wix's fragment there. If he just wasn't, he might just not have had to try to make that lineup work before. You know what I mean? Like, it's a pretty unusual
he
one.
needs to bounce it right off the top of the window.
That's kind of
what
yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is he had to make it a really tight angle, and was just a little bit off.
Man's caught texting.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I mean, I get it, but you know, game's back on. Pay attention.
Chibop is clearing the Prowler.
You don't have much for the side of MARU. A shorty, a sheriff, a nightfall. That's about it. So it's gonna have to come down to them picking up guns off of DRX bodies potentially to make this happen. I mean, especially with only one sheriff floating. It's really, really hard.
Yeah.
I'm just checking. Buzz checking a corner just in case somebody had lurked out. Around towards the little plaza there. Nobody home. No. We're going to check with a Prowler. It is going to confirm that there was one at the door. There's a gravity well in response from Zhonghai, but right now just kind of DRX doesn't want to. We've seen them a lot on ecos just kind of, you know, hit the go button, hit the W keys, and just kind of slam into MARU, and usually it's worked. But this time around they wanted to show a bit of a different look. I respect that. I think that's probably for the best considering the last eco for MARU almost kind of worked for them. They at least had an opportunity.
Oh, once more, tailwind forward, hit the switch, looking to assault. The beside, oh, Nakji, he gets his attention spun around. He gets right in on top of him. 4 members left. Some classics and a shorty. Any damage dealt. Decent for the side of MARU, but it's not like DRX don't have deep pockets at the moment. Chibop just up around the corner. Stacks anticipating a flash. Could end up having egg on his face. Nope, swivels back around. Guns him down out of the sky. And it is going to be a flawless. Stacks will say thank you for the shorty.
Stackles.
Stackles. Stack will say.
Good old Stackles.
Yeah, Stacks will say. That's what happens when I try to abbreviate my words.
Yeah, I know. It's like unintentional portmanteaus. Like you accidentally do that. I know. This is, I mean, just great crossfire set up by DRX. I mean, this time around again, you know, they've been playing, you know, they're versus the ecos relatively fast. So this round they're just like, yeah, let's take our time, figure this one out. And yeah, Mako looks nonplussed as per usual.
Bat chest, I love Stackles.
Bat chest, I love Stackles.
I heckin' love Stackles.
I heckin' love the Stackles. Who doesn't? One way, you know, Mako's wary of something for sure. And with the way that smoke was kind of put up and dropped so quickly, he's thinking about throwing, well, he throws a smoke to cover mid as you have RB pushed up all the way into there already. But Market's been hit a couple times now by DRX, so a little bit more attention being paid there. A counter smoke in response from Nakji. And moves, you know, the ever-present moves on B site. Just waiting back there as the fade is now. DRX going to try and show us something we haven't seen yet. They try to hit short A. A little bit of a knife there, and the paranoia to push Wix back. And he is going to get cut down by RB on the way through.
There he is. 2 playing out into main. Buzz watching the angle. Go high. Put by Wine. Chibop gonna fall. Mako.
Ooh.
Essentially had him lined up. May as well have been a wall bang. And yeah, last two members standing now for MARU. It's gonna have to save these weapons, try to carry them over into the final round of the half.
I mean, well, that's round over, and DRX just, you know, has been kind of conditioning a lot of these B hits on the side of MARU, and now, you know, they set up, they fake enough of a market hit that it has to be respected. Oh, Nakji, okay.
That's a good shot.
Yeah, you know, great Vandal shot, headshot. A little bit of a feels good, but yeah, now, you know, DRX takes their time, you know, fakes the mid hit to go for short, and it fools the heck out of MARU.
I like the reposition from Nakji. Trying to play loose, but Mon does end up spotting him. Takes the TP over. RB, does he fall for it? No, he had the right idea, but he doesn't nail the shot. Nakji is just bouncing around. Moves will find Stacks, plus gets Nakji. They carry one gun forward into this last round of the half.
All right, well, if MARU can get one more here, I'm not feeling super terrible. I mean, it doesn't feel good no matter what, but at least I have some kind of glimmer of hope. The smallest of glimmers that this could be done. They can turn this around and take us to a fourth map, but that is disgusting. That is actually disgusting from Mako. And then, yeah, Nakji, you know, okay, not bad. Buzz is an Odin. No Odin, of course, for MARU, because they were very lacking on money. You can see that there's even a Bulldog and two Spectres in there. So they're not going to be able to counter with anything like that of their own. A seize to delay Buzz for a moment. But RB's got the dash. Nice and easy. Pops the Blade Storm. Gets up and over just to check. And B site left wide open. MARU going to have a very important retake coming through here. A few setting up towards mid. A couple trying to cut through B main. They're setting up a couple stars in a different spot than usual. They're going to try to keep Nakji safe, but he has to go back.
Frequent TP there as Mako swinging out around the Nightfall comes through. The fragment forcing his position. He cannot try to get kills. Now Zest going to be taken down. MARU starting the run back. They look for the spray. Buzz. Oh, he's completely flashed. Chibop manages to get the elimination. RB sets out of the smoke. Blade Storm at the ready. Smoke fades away. Stacks will go down. It's a flawless round, a flawless retake to close out the half. 9-3 once more is on Haven, close to making it into overtime. Can they swing back, find a lead for themselves like they did versus Damwon just yesterday? For now, it seems like the quick turnaround, less time to prepare, has been costing them dearly.
Oh my God, RB dashing right in off the flash.
Oh my goodness, yep, catches him completely off guard. Tucked away here in the B lobby is Nakji. Swings to the corner, managing to find one, but Zest just turns right back around, dumps him, and the round is done. DRX lose one.
I was going to say, coming into this pistol, and I had written this down, that DRX had never gotten aggressive on a pistol round on their defender side on Ascent that I could remember, like in this year.
Sure, this year, yeah.
This year. I mean, it's happened before, of course, but this year they've been very and they dial it up right here. I mean, just catching everybody off guard. The flash, yep, from Stacks, just sets up RB perfectly, and everybody's hitting the W, hitting MARU, and just knocking them out. And you can hear the nice there at the very end as DRX, RB, he gets smoked out of mid. There's no way. There's no way.
Unbelievable. Just a sixth sense.
They have it all day. They've had it all day. Everybody's had this sixth sense. Stacks, Mako, RB, Buzz. I'm sure Zest at some point.
That's just unbelievable. And I mean,
they just knew.
You can't even pull Chibop there. That's just a moment of legit no counterplay.
Yeah. RB just knew. He had done his homework. He's like, I bet they're going to smoke this and then try to push through mid.
Mako now finding Wicks. Spike still looking to be brought over towards A. It's just unbelievable. It's unreal.
It's just,
I mean,
I know, what do you do? I mean, that's just, they got you read like a book on that one. That's just all that is. You know, DRX, just as much as, you know, MARU's been fantastic at doing their homework, another great shot from RB, but DRX is just as good, if, well,
I mean,
clearly
just
better.
timing it again. There's the one way the fragment comes down as well from Stacks. Nakji, work cut out from the tailwind. Just gonna be left to expire. And chunks him one, swaps to the ghost. Spike is stranded. Zhonghai, no time, nothing to do. Stacks will just swing the corner, put him out of his misery. 11-3, a flawless round. Now we go into the bonus. MARU picking up rifles. This is an absolute must-win. Every single round, an absolute must-win.
He just love it. And Mako right as the one-way starting. The player crosses to try to catch him. See if they can maybe get him off guard a bit. Not going to happen. And yeah, I mean, that's just, again, DRX knows kind of the tendencies of MARU there. They just felt where they were going to go. Haunt out early in the mid. RB again with this Marshall. Oh, they get a ton of information on that.
On the corner, RB has to make his exit though. Fragment flies his way. Cheebop cutting across to the opposite side of the bench, but Shorty comes flying in. It's RB who actually manages to find that elimination.
Oh, no way!
The drop down Buzz somehow does not die. Nakji now tagged low, and it's just an utter catastrophe. Zhonghai, Bulldog full HP, has his work cut out for him, really needs to pick up the slack.
I mean, just the timing and the senses here from DRX. They know right when they have the opportunity to counter push. It's like, yes, you used a lot of utility to displace RB and push things back, but now we know you have to push these smokes. Now, Zhonghai is going to get the kill on a Mako, so you are going to swap over. Did he swap over to the spec?
He swapped it back.
Oh, okay, okay.
But now Nakji's been found. They know at least the vicinity of Zhonghai. If he creeps up, he might be able to find Buzz. Okay, he dies. 2 more kills to be had. Is a bit clutchable here now, but he's got to get through Stacks. Goes into the astral form, sets up some stars. He's charging his way in, knows the time is low. Stacks tucks away, but he leaves a little present for him. The fragment down at main claims the kill, and we are going in to what could be the final round of this series.
I mean, just unbelievable. They're so well prepared for everything that MARU's wanting to do on this attacker side. They have every tendency read. They knew they were going to push those smokes. They knew there was going to be enough time for them to push through with the shotguns. Buzz gets on top of the bench and causes an absolute just disruption with the Spectre, and he's bouncing around up and down while he's landing, is spraying down his opponent. I mean, they're just insane.
There is no timeout, no break in the momentum. It just continues as DRX look to finish this out with a 13-3 record on Ascent. RB eating the Prowler, more than happy to, wants to try to get another timing shot. This time, G-Bop not gonna fall for it.
And they tried to time it with the 0 point as well to see if they could, you know, maybe nullify the dash or something. 0 point from Stacks doesn't actually catch Wix or Zhonghai, I don't believe. At the very least, if it caught either of them, it was just Zhonghai. And now you got 4 rotating over here, and it's moves watching the cross through Cat. Smoke gonna come out. Here come the stars.
Stars fly, Paranoia gets the catch on Mako. He's gonna be stunned up as well. But oh my god, it's an explosion of death. Stacks fighting 2. RB with a Blade Storm picks up 2 of his own and moves. Is the last man standing, trying to make his way out through Gardens. Finds one, but RB will be the finisher. A 3rd kill. And it's 13-3. DRX are your Stage 2 champions. They are going to Copenhagen. An absolutely incredible stage, undefeated. 21 consecutive maps picked up.
A stellar performance beyond even the wildest expectations of those of us that thought, yes, we know DRX is good. We know they're the best team in Korea, but this was another level. There are so many good teams here, and DRX still doesn't drop a map along the way. See you guys in Denmark. Holy cow. Anytime that there was any pressure today, they just instantly bounced right back, and there was very little on 2 of the maps. Haven, MARU, all the credit in the world. What a season MARU has had. What an ascension they've had throughout this year. Because they started out as a team that, you know, we weren't super sure about. We didn't know what to expect. It was Anox's first time as a coach. You know, we had seen some of these players bounce around a few other teams like Spear Gaming and some others previously. But all right, here we go. Stax is gonna hoist it.
The captain, the former IGL, got plenty more glitter. It's scaring the ever-loving hell out of Buzz, but
It scared me too, Buzz.
unbelievable from DRX. Unfortunately, not the the close series that we were hoping for. MARU, they cannot draw blood against DRX. They will be remaining immortal as they look forward going into Masters Copenhagen, but nothing else. This does once more inspire hope for Korea's chances at an international competition.
Well, this is a better version of DRX than I think we saw at the last Masters. I mean, again, I think a lot of this is them setting their own metas, like coming right into this immediately with triple initiators, immediately adapting Fade into almost every map, letting Buzz play Chamber so often. I mean, I know what you saw here at the end today was a bit different than maybe normal. You saw Buzz on Killjoy a couple times. I don't expect that to necessarily stay. I think this was just them just, you know, understanding that they were superior to their opponents and they were allowed to kind of hold it a little bit closer to the vest. And RB, the first one up. Our translator's coming, don't worry.
Yep. On her way. I mean,
you're okay, John. That one right there.
근데 매번
Oh.
우승을 해도 계속 그 기분은 좀 남다른 것 같긴 합니다.
we're joined
자,
by
아마
our
매번의 그
interviewer,
우승을
host
함께 또
and
즐거워해주시는
translator.
우리 팬분들이 함께하기 때문이
As we will
아닐까
jump
이런
into the
생각이
interview, so take it away.
드는데 자, 그럼
Hey,
이제
people.
우리 다른 선수에게도 한번 질문 드려봐야 될 것 같아요. 자, 우승까지 제스 선수에게 한번 마이크를 한번
Question for
넘겨볼게요.
Zest.
제스 선수가 아무래도 계속해서 IGL도 함께 하고 계시고
You've been
다양한
IGLing on
이 포지션을 좀
DRX.
소화하고 계신데
And also
우승까지
taking some
굉장히
different
많은 경기를
roles.
치러 오셨어요. 가장 좀 어려웠던 경기가 있었다면 뭐가
Was there,
있었을까요?
what was the most difficult game in
이번
Stage
시즌은 딱히
2?
어려웠던 경기가 없었었는데
오.
그나마 뽑자면은 풀리그에서
I feel
CNJ랑
like
했을 때가 제일 어렵지 않았나.
We didn't have a hard
근데
time
어떤
facing
기억이
any
좀 많이
teams,
나시나요?
but I
그때는
remember
거의 질
CNJ
수도
being
있다는
a little bit
생각까지
tricky.
하긴 했었어서 어려웠던
I
기억이
almost
좀
thought, you know, we might
그렇군요.
lose the
사실
game.
CNJ와의 그 명경기 아마 기억하시는 분들이 상당히 많을
Yeah,
것
that was a
같고
really, really good
그런 경기가 좀
match.
있었기 때문에 또 한 번 이렇게까지 성장할 수 있지 않았나라는 생각이 듭니다. 네.
But I think that those games kind of helped you grow and develop as a team too.
한번 해보도록 하겠습니다. 많은 팬
And
여러분들이
Mako,
가장 안정적인 선수를 뽑아라 그러면 요즘 이제
you've been
막고
very
있는 바로
consistent.
나오는 것 같은데 어떤 부분이 이제 올해 들어와서 좀 많이
Your teammates can also count on you on every game. What are some parts do you feel like that you've improved and you've become stronger?
공짜로 죽지 않고
Not
할 수 있는
giving
거는
out
뭐
free
딜을
kills
보고 안 되면
and also picking up
사는 게
kills.
제일 컸던 것 같아요.
예, 제가 그 중간중간에 그 대기 시간에 보면 그 글로우 코치가
And
이
also
자리에서도 대기하면
your coach Glow.
몇 자리를 계속 이제 안내해주던데 글로우 코치의 어떤 그 지도력이 뭐 성장에 좀 밑거름이 됐다. 저는 이런
so
멘트
that
나올
you
줄
know what, if
알았거든요.
you avoid certain
이런
spots,
게안 나오네요.
you can avoid
다시
giving out free
기회를
kills.
드릴게요.
Do you feel like
사실
your
민수
coach
형이
helped you
옆에서
grow as a player
연막
too?
하셨었으니까 그때 뭐
Yeah, Glow
팁도
played
많이 전수해
smokes
주시고
too, so yeah, he's been
그래가지고
giving out a lot of
체력이
tips.
많이 향상된 것 같아요.
And yeah,
그래요.
definitely he made me a better player.
감사합니다.
What a beautiful answer.
버즈 선수에게 또 질문 드리고
And
싶은데
Buzz,
사실 기존에 우리가 알고 있던 버즈가 DRX에 새롭게
I wanna ask you a question.
많은 팬들도
joining DRX, switching roles,
이게 아니었나 싶을 정도 평가가 있는데
it looks so
본인이
natural to you.
포지션 변경에 대해서 만족도는 이제 어떤지 좀
How
궁금합니다.
satisfied are you with your roles that you're currently taking on and your performance?
점도 많이 있었는데 형들이 많이 잘 알려주셔서
I was a little bit
이제,
concerned when I was switching roles in the first time, but
다른 세계적인 감시자 선수들이랑 비교도 딸리지 않을 만큼
But I
발전했다고
feel like
생각을 하고
I'm as good as the other,
그럼에도
you know,
이제 많이
world class,
앞으로
top class
발전해야 될 부분이
sentinels.
많다고 생각하기 때문에
But I feel like
열심히
there is
하겠습니다.
still room for me to grow
그
too.
선수도 어떻게 보면 또 한 번 이제
And
4승을
Stacks,
하게 됐어요.
you're heading to
그리고
Masters
국제대회에서도
once
우승까지
again.
맡게 됐는데 그가 뭐
You're going to be facing some big names
주요 장면에서
internationally.
보여줬었고 분위기 메이커 역할도 많이 했습니다.
And you've been doing
이번만
so
터져요.
much for
어쨌든 우리나라
DRX.
팬들도 모두 기대 좀 해도 되는 거예요? 뭐 어떻게 되는 겁니까?
Can we
이거?
expect a
뭐
trophy
항상
from
기대하고
Masters
계시겠지만.
from DRX?
좋게 끝냅시다.
예.
많이 기대하고 있어요.
Yeah, I know.
많이
Everyone's
기대하고
hyped up and the
당연히
expectations are
우승을
high.
하고 있고
네.
그만큼 피나는
And
노력을
yes,
할 거기 때문에
Winning Masters is our ultimate goal.
아 그러니까요.
And you know, it's always like early in the morning in Korea. So for all the fans, we won't let you down.
그저 평소나 감독한테 질문
네.
하나만 해도 돼요?
네, 그럼요.
예. 그 우리가 이제 그 경기
A
도중에
question for Termi.
아 우리 이성재 감독이
네.
아 지금 거의 명장판열에
눈물을 흘리면서
아 지금
예.
인터뷰
Coach
울면서
Bio
지금
over
뭐
in
일본의
Japan,
중심에 바이리 섰다고
he
이렇게
won
올라오고 있거든요.
the champions with
한때도
his team.
형제팀이었고 많은 교류가 있었는데
And you've been good
최근에
friends.
롤셉션과 모두 교류가 좀 있었나요?
약간 조금 비밀이긴
So yeah,
한데
have you
사실
guys been
저희가
screaming or
네,
kind of
노세션과
practicing
스크린을
together
굉장히
with
많이
his team?
오.
Yeah,
그리고
we've been
정말
screaming a lot with
이성재
Noception.
감독이 일본에서 성공을 해서
And Coach
너무
Bio,
기쁘고
I am so
그래요?
happy
네,
for
그리고
his victory and
저희가
all
뭐
the
저번에
success that he
제타
found
비즈한테 한번 졌었잖아요.
in Japan.
그러니까요.
And yeah,
철저하게
we
이번에는
lost to
스크림을
Zeta
하지
once.
그런 좀 좋은 결과가 있었던 것 같아요.
So yeah,
그런 게
we didn't
잘
scream
보이고.
against them.
물어볼게요. 왜냐면 이제 많은 팬 여러분들이 롤셉션과 지금 붙으면 뭐 어떻게 될 것 같다.
Everyone's kind of wondering what DRX would look like if they go up against Noception right now.
도움을 줬나요? 받았나요?
도움을
So
많이
you
준
said
것
you've been
많이
screaming a
줬어요.
lot. So did they help you or
네.
do you feel like DRX helped them? 아, I don't know. I think we got a lot of help from them. They definitely helped us.
여쭤보겠습니다만 사실 우리 코치님들도 다시 한번 좀 외국으로 향하게 되신 거잖아요. 코치님들의 의견도 한번 궁금한 것 같아요.
네,
Yeah,
네.
to coaching staff, you guys are going to Masters once again.
안녕하세요.
아니 우리가
Hi.
반갑습니다.
원래는 정말 많은 뒷바라지를 전략적으로 많이 하는 코치인데
You've been
저희가 많이
grinding
언급을
a
상대적으로 못
lot,
드렸어요.
especially strategy-wise,
네,
but
또 한번 여러 생각 드실 것 같은데 총평 한번 들어볼게요.
you haven't been receiving a lot of spotlight. So, you know, what does this win mean to you?
이게 혼자서 하는 게임이 아니다 보니까 묵묵히 뒤에서 자기 할 일을 잘해주는 그런
Well, it's a
사람들이 있다고
team
생각을
effort,
하는데
and there's always somebody at the back,
저도
always
그 중에 한
working
명이라
hard.
생각하고
And I feel like I'm one of them, not always in the spotlight, but I'm grateful for all the teammates and the players for doing so
자
well.
우리 글로 코치도
네.
인터뷰 오랜만이죠?
Hi, Glow.
말씀해 보고 싶었어요. 네.
지난번에 또 아쉽게 못 올라오셨는데 또 그때의 소감까지 이어서 해주면 좋을 것 같아요.
Yeah, the last
그때 좀
time you were a
함께하지 못해서
player in the
아쉬웠는데
finals,
이번에는 함께할 수 있어서 되게 기분이 좋고요.
you weren't here, but you know, I'm really happy to be with all the players on this stage winning the championship. And I'm really happy to see all of these players grow stronger.
네.
And
기대가 됩니다, 사실.
I
더욱더
hope that we can
강해진 DRX 를
definitely
또
do
한번
better
만나볼
this
수
time
있었기
around in
때문이죠.
Masters too.
자, 그리고 이어서 우승팀 DRX 안에서 정말 승리를
And here it's time to announce the MVP of the finals.
해야 되거든요. 자, 과연 파이널 MVP는 누가
The finals
선택이
MVP
되었을지,
is-
결승에서 최고의 활약을 보여준 선수는 누구일지 2020 팔라드 챌린저스 코리아 스테이지 2 파이널 MVP 지금 공개합니다. 자,
It's Mako.
Okay.
축하드립니다.
네,
A big win
축하드립니다.
for the gentle giant DRX.
파이널 MVP로 선정이 되면서 상금 300만
Yeah, I mean, he's been nuts. All stage, he's just absolutely, like, these clutches that we've seen from him, been just absolutely disgusting. Time and time again. He's keeps getting better. And he's already pretty darn good.
Let's talk to Mako a little bit more. Congratulations on winning the finals MVP.
뭐 당연히
How does it feel?
타격대를 자주 하는 RB 선수나 뭐
I thought RB or
선수
Buzz
낼 줄 알았는데
would get the MVP, but you know, this is definitely unexpected for me. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised.
다 이렇게 인정을 했던 것 같은데 뭔가 클러치를 해야 한다면 마코 선수가 남았으면 좋겠다. 언제나 그렇게
But I think I speak for everyone when I say in clutch situation, I hope that Mako is the one
앞으로의 목표는
alive
당연히
and
다시피
winning those clutches.
제일 큰 목표고
So what's your personal goal?
선수 생활을
Winning
되게
the
길게 하고
champions.
싶습니다. 네.
좋습니다. 자, 정말 많은 팬분들께서 응원을 해주고 계시니까요. 충분히 그 꿈을 그리고 우리의 기대와 함께 좀 이룰 수 있지
Yeah,
않을까라는
congratulations,
생각이
Mako.
듭니다.
Everyone is supporting you. We hope that
DRX입니다. 저희는 먼저 좀 인사를
you show us our best performance.
아, 그가 이제 여기까지 오는데 감사한 분들이 너무 많았잖아요.
그렇죠, 그렇죠, 맞아요.
그래서 이제 한마디 마지막으로 하겠다 그래가지고
하셔야죠, 네.
요 얘기 들어보고 저희가 마무리하시죠.
네, 알겠습니다.
And Termi,
네, 우선 저희가 이렇게까지 성장하는 데 있어서 저희에게 가장
뭐야.
큰 도움이 됐던 거는 뭐 팬분들도 계시지만
you know, all the fans helped us win the champions. I mean, win the title. And I'm really grateful for our sponsors and our org.
무공돈가스 그리고 신한은행 그리고 레드불 관계자분들
Thank you for all the sponsors.
현장에 오시지는 못했지만 뭐 예스24 레이저 그리고 포르쉐 코리아
Another sponsors. Sponsors.
Terry could have a good career as a YouTuber.
저희가 비전 스트라이커즈 시절에 굉장히 힘든 시기도 있었는데 그 시기에 정말
Yeah, we had a little bit of a hard time back when we were the Vision Strikers, so we're really, really grateful for all the sponsors to help us get here.
그리고 저희가 어쨌든 간에 지금 챌린저스를 또 우승했지만 항상 한국을 대표한다는
And
그 마음은 되게
even
굉장히
though
좀
we won challengers this time,
절대 가볍게 생각하지 않고 정말 무거운 마음으로 세계대회에 임하고 있고요. 이번에는 정말로 꼭 최대한 좋은 성적 내서 꼭
you know,
우승해서
it's a heavy
돌아오도록
responsibility
하겠습니다.
or even a duty to represent Korea. So we hope that this time we can live up to the hype.
우리 DRX 선수를 위해서 사실 해외에 나가면 여기 관객분들과 함께하는 응원이 있을 수가 없잖아요. 마지막으로 우리 DRX
Heading to Masters, the fans in Korea would like to support you on. And they're chanting DRX fighting.
축하드리겠습니다.
What a wonderful sound that was there as we have the arena more filled than it's been in years for this event. Absolutely wonderful. And thank you so much, of course, Jungin, for the translations. Obviously, when there's so many people talking, it's never, I can't even imagine doing that job. So thank you so much for handling that for us poor English speakers here and also the ones watching at home. But what a day! What a day it's been. Unfortunately, like I said, another 3-0, but DRX looking scarier, I think, going into this second Masters event than even before for Reykjavik. So Copenhagen, watch out. There's some stiff competition waiting for them. Obviously, a lot of teams that they have played against that have beaten them, what with Paper Rex requalifying, Optic being there and whatnot. But this is a different animal, this DRX that's being sent this time around.
I
It's a
agree.
beast.
Yeah, exactly, right? They're beasts. I mean, just top to bottom, they're looking even better and better. They practice more. Their reactions are better. Their utility coordination is better, and it was already really so good. I mean, everybody in the world would talk about we watched the Vision Strikers or DRX to kind of learn from their utility combos and stuff, and they just keep adding layers to it. I mean, today, again, Mako on the Omen was nuts. He looked amazing.
Yeah, the TP while the night falls
So
out,
good.
so nobody can hear anything. He just gets into a nice little cheeky position, comes up with multiple kills. It was absolutely beautiful. But guys, that's going to do it from us. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love you. We'll see you very soon for the LCQ, but that's going to do it from us here on the English side. Good night.
Sounds self-destructive, but I'll be the first to make it work. Use your hands and control me like a puppet, because losing your love right now is worse. We can hope that it all wasn't for nothing, but For now, I will just wait out in the hall. If I can't change your mind, then I wanna change for you every single night. Pick my clothes, run my life, 'cause I wanna change for you every single night. It's better than saying goodbye. I wanna change for you. It's better than saying goodbye. It's better than saying goodbye. I'll change for you. It's better than saying goodbye. I can't change your mind, then I wanna change for you every single night. Pick my clothes, run my life, 'cause I wanna change for you every single night. It's better than saying goodbye. It's better than saying goodbye. I know that this all sounds self-destructive, but I'll be the first to make it work.
Dropping off the walkway, tucks back here. Well, that's Hero Point. Gives them all the information that they really need. It's just holding it down. Votes, moves, tries to hold things here, and that's gonna be Stacks dead. Spike dropped. Mako now eliminated. Zest
And again, they're just gonna keep. Yeah, they're just gonna keep. Oh my God!
stranded. Is he just saved? What's he gonna do? He's gonna grab. He's got a lockdown.
Oh no!
Buzz's got a lockdown. Nakchi. He's out front and Buzz's got it. Get this 0 point out in time. Drop down. Tonghai's going back in. Waits on the push. Finding one. Zest, however, holding it down. Gets the eliminations now. Needs to try to clutch it. Find himself. Swing out of the corner. Zest gets moved.
Did he hear the tap?
No. He's got to know. Push into the smoke.
RB. He gets smoked out of mid. There's no
What? Way cheap up, heading across the opposite side of the bench, but Shorty comes flying in. It's RP who actually manages to find that elimination.
Oh, no way!
The drop pins, they are going to Copenhagen.